Hello, 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 everybody. Hopefully, you guys can hear me loud and clear because if you can, then that means we should be A-OK, live, set, and ready to begin, ladies and gentlemen, another week of the PokePod World Podcast. My name, once again, is KG Prestige. Hope you guys are all doing A-OK. And let's go and jump into another week of fun topics to talk about. There is some unfortunate things that we need to discuss, as you guys already know, given the past couple of days with a lot of anime delays that are going down around the globe. There is unfortunate news for the anti-poke scene. We will be getting into that momentarily. And, of course, there are some other topics to discuss as well, such as the recent episode of PM 2019 and many other things, to discuss. And hopefully we can make sure that we'll, do our best to cover as much as possible. So I'm going to be hopping into the call real soon with my pals. We're going to be checking how things will go. And hopefully you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy. So PokePod minus the poke. Yeah, it's just going to be called Pod. Hope you guys are looking forward to that. You're just called Pod. All right, so, yeah, like the SpongeBob game got a new nice trailer. Oh, dude, that game, beautiful, crisp, clean. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me see if I'm missing out on something. I would like to think that maybe I forgot. If there's anything I could say right now, I probably forgot to upload a video onto YouTube. That might just be it, to let people know that we're live today. So I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that. But let me hop into the call real quick. All right, hold on a second. Here we go. Are we here? You hear me loud and clear, guys?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, sweet. How you guys all doing tonight?
Pretty good.
What's up?
All right, sweet. I'm doing perfectly fine. I was just talking to the chat right now. I was just like, wait a minute, I just realized something. I forgot to make like a little small video to let people know that we are live on Twitch right now.
Yeah, I'm about to copy the link over.
Yeah, I should just, you know what? I'm going to just do one right now. I'm going to just like record one during the middle of this live stream, upload it to YouTube at the moment, and then just go from there.
Okay.
All right. We'll probably just do that, I guess. Let people know we are live. Because I know people who are on YouTube might not follow us on Twitch. So it's only important for them to know that we are live, indeed, on the Twitch. So, folks, we're going to do a nice little mini recording in the middle of all this. And then we shall get into our regular scheduled programming. So, let me do a recording real quick. And then we shall begin our session for the night. What do you guys say?
Sounds good.
Alrighty then, let me do one right about now. Hello everybody, we are live on twitch.tv if you guys want to come and join us for another week of the PokePod World Podcast where me and my pals are going to be discussing the events that have transpired within this week, such as the recent episode of PM 2019, as well as the unfortunate news regarding the delay for the series. There's a lot for us to go and discuss, so we hope you guys will be here with us for tonight. Links in the description down below. Alrighty then, let's get into it. And blammo, see? There you go. All good. Mm-hmm. I never thought I would ever do that live. I should start doing that. Everybody wave. Everybody say hi. Yeah, there you go. Good job, guys. You waved right as the recording ended. Alright. Hey, where'd Tyrone can't hear me?
No, well, the thing is, though, I think he's dropped. Okay, because when he came on here, it was like there was nothing coming out. I don't know if there was like.
Well, no, I didn't say anything when I logged in. I stayed quiet for a bit. I didn't physically say anything, but KG, you were cutting out for a second. Then I looked down and showed that there were 2 Discords open. I'm like, why are there 2 Discords open?
All right.
Whoa, hold on a second. What?
What?
Super Mario Maker 2 is coming out with a version 3.0 update.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. We're watching this shit right now. Hold on a second. What is this?
We're watching this? Okay.
Yes, we are going to be live reacting to this right now. I did not expect to see this announcement. It's called World Maker Update. What? Hold on a second. We're going to be watching this, boys. I'll go give you guys the link as well into the chat here so you guys can see for yourself. But we're going to also be doing this live. Of course, I sadly do not have my thing up right now to actually do the live thingy. I should, but there you go. But yes, Super Mario Maker 2 just came out with a new update. News from Japan. Yes, somewhat. And it's also available in the US as well.
Straight from Japan.
Straight from the source itself, the main source.
Wait, are we timing this or are we just playing?
Let me see if I could time it on the actual Twitch stream.
Yeah, well, let KG get his camera thing out, and let's.
Okay. Well, the video you gave us like 4 minutes and 40.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm so shocked by this.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into reaction live stream mode.
Something we've never really done much of, honestly.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while since like what, the video game awards.
Yeah. But even then, like normally we would always like have something to like give us a head start. This just sort of came out of left field. This announcement.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna complain. I like
slid up in our DMs. Yeah.
Right. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Do I got this here? Yeah, everything should be good to go. Let me turn this on. There we go.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to shamelessly plug my channel in. I did reviews for both Dragon Ball Z Movies 1 and Dragon Ball Z Movie 2. So we got Dead Zone and World's Strongest on my channel if you want to go check those out.
Nice.
And TSS, do you want me to say this now or do you want to save it for later?
I'll say it now since there's 50 people here.
Go ahead.
Hello, everybody.
So, how you doing? All right, so, as I got coleslaw in my mouth. So tomorrow we are going to finally finish Emerald. At least this playthrough.
All right, you hear that, guys? That means Emerald is coming back. Emerald confirmed, guys.
Yes.
Don't worry.
It took a while. It took
50 minutes.
Yes. So
final part.
So we're gonna have a nice chunk of Emerald. Obviously we're headed towards the end game of Emerald, but this will finally be a closed book.
Yes. Now,
then we can move on to the freaking Sinnoh region.
Yeah. I just want to make it clear. No Groudon, no Kyogre, because that was not the goal of this.
Yeah, it's Rayquaza.
Yes. So just want to let you know that. Let me see if there is requests later down the road, like months down the road, I will do them. But for now, this part is going to be part 50 is going to be the last part.
Yes. All right.
And then after that, we can finally get into
Emerald
again. Emerald again.
Yeah, we'll just do Emerald all over again.
Yeah,
but now we're going to do Diamond.
Yeah, we'll do Diamond. We got Black and White, and then we also got
Fire Red and on the back burner. No pun intended.
No, we're doing that only because we want to slow the release.
Hi, Evie.
Hey, Evie, what's up?
Hey. All right, then, guys. Y'all ready to begin? I really am excited to watch this.
Evie,
I didn't see this.
Click on the video. Yeah, we're about to react.
Oh, what's this?
Super Mario Maker 2 came out with an update 5 minutes long out of complete nowhere just now.
KG, time us.
All right, then. Let us know when you guys are ready on the 0 mark, and we shall begin. For those who are watching, let's go and enjoy this together.
All right.
All right.
Just 1 second here. Let me just open up the link.
All right.
Reminder, KG's never finished White. To be exact, I've never finished White or Black 2.
Yeah.
That's the big difference there. Also, by the way, look at my nice shirt of the day, Tacosaurus. I might not like tacos, but I sure love me my taco dinos, though. So, all right then. We're good to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right then. Counting down, everybody, from 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
All right, let's take a look at this update here.
The Super Mario Maker 2 game. We'll be releasing the last major
Oh, wait, this is the final one.
Let's go.
That's the last one.
This mushroom here is a little different.
Oh, it's Super Mario Brothers 2.
What? It can turn you into Super Mario Brothers 2.
Right
now you
oh my god, you can pick up now. You have no idea how much this is going to change the game.
So Mario knows the yeeting powers.
Even chain chomps are fair game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, and you don't get hurt by the chain chomp.
That's awesome.
The frog suit.
Oh, the frog suit's back.
Oh, frog suit's back,
boys. You swim through water with ease.
I can leave that out first of all.
Surface.
Oh, they added a new animation for him running.
A power balloon lets you.
No, the balloon. What?
Only a balloon can muster. Fly through the skies as flying.
Wow, this update's nuts. They added like 5
enemies.
I thought the acorn was already in.
No, it wasn't. It was the nothing actually.
Slightly weird wearables also make an appearance.
Hey, they finally added those from 3D World.
The cannon box lets you fire
look at the cannon box now.
Face.
Yeah, finally can do that.
Charge up for long range shots.
Nice.
That actually looks pretty cool.
Smash Brothers cannon head Mario confirmed.
Oh, the propeller box. This is gonna suck for those hard. Oh, you can even wall jump with them.
You can unleash a pow.
The pow block.
Dude, the troll levels in this game are gonna be ridiculous now.
Pizza Planet.
Nice.
Mask to become one with the Goombas and fool your foes.
Oh wow, they shit!
Don the
Day
bulletproof mask to gain
467.
the
They
power
still
of
haven't
horizontal
noticed.
flight.
I'm getting hungry though.
Fly as much as you'd like.
I
while
made
time
each one of
remains.
them.
How much you can fly though? Is it like infinite?
I think so.
Oh my
Oh, we got the
god!
Kooblings.
Oh, you get the
Ready for duty.
Koopaling. Why does
Oh,
this
you
feel
can
like a
put them all
Smash
at
Brothers?
once though.
Why does this feel like a Smash Brothers direct?
Morton. Lemmy.
Oh, wow.
Iggy.
Dude, they're
And
available for
Ludwig.
all variations though, not just one.
They
Cool.
each have their own moves to keep you on your toes in boss
Nice.
battles.
That is nuts.
Super Mario Maker is the
Cursed
new
key
Smash
will
Brothers.
sick
Wait, a
frightened
cursed key?
Phantom
The cursed
on
key?
What
Oh
does
my
that
god, is
do?
this gonna bring back the mask?
Oh man.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's the
Yeah, there
mask!
it is.
Or not.
Mask from Super Mario Brothers 2.
No, now we need the
The
sun.
bouncy qualities of the
Oh,
No, the
Super
sun
Mario
is in the
Brothers
game. The sun is
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
game.
game.
Super Mario
The
Brothers
sun.
3 is already. So now you can have the moon and the sun
You could
fighting,
even
like
use
in
them
Kirby.
like this.
What is that? Look at that!
What in the world?
Mecha Koopas are
Hey,
Oh,
wild
the
and
Mechas.
Koopas.
Now you
Oh,
can finally
from
throw them
Super
at
Mario
Bowser.
World.
Red
Yeah.
ones shoot homing missiles.
What?
Blue ones attack with laser beams.
I'm a
Oh my
fire!
god!
Oh my god!
All come equipped with
Laser!
jet engines.
Laser!
That is ridiculous.
Huge
Look at this!
friend.
Look at this!
Oh, the
Oh my
Super
God.
Mario
You
World
can make a
version.
hub world.
A new mode that lets
Hey!
you create your own worlds.
World that creates
the
your own
hell?
world.
Build a route for your courses.
That's awesome!
Forge a path from
That
the
is.
starting point
Mmm.
to the
I
castle.
like that a lot.
Build bridges.
I'm gonna make my
Create
castle
hills.
unobtainable.
And
You wish you could cross
You
this
always
path.
Yeah.
see that one asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all
Place the
can't
courses
even
you've
get
made
it.
along the path.
You need a power up that doesn't exist.
We can finally give people our worlds that we create.
You can
So
even
basically,
change
you
your
can
course
literally
icons.
just create your own Mario game now.
Yes.
Like,
You might
please
find
tell me
yourself
you can find
matching
like
moving
more than
pictures
one
in a
way to
bonus.
complete
Yeah.
it.
Hey!
Oh, they brought the
Or
slot
taking a
machine.
Mini
warp
game.
bike
Yeah,
to
the
a
mini
far-off
game.
island to run through a wonderfully coin-filled course. You could really make your world
Nice.
stand out by changing
That's
the theme
cool.
to
That is
underground,
really cool.
desert,
Look, they even have all the
snow,
different Oh my god, that is so
I
cool.
need someone to make a Mario Generations
Or outer
game
space.
now.
Ah, yes.
With classic and
In this way,
modern
you can make
Mario.
your own Super
Doesn't
Mario
sound
game.
just strong with this one.
That is
Super
so
World with up to
awesome. You
8
can not
worlds
only
and
change the
40
aesthetics,
courses.
but
You can have 8
So,
worlds and 40
unveil
courses
your
in
very
a.
own Super World.
So yeah,
Right.
now you can make a
That
Mario
way,
Generations.
You can take all your ideas that couldn't be contained in a single
Super
course
Ronnie
and
World.
share
Oh
them
my
with
god, think of the
around
names
globe.
people are gonna come up with.
Super Ghana World.
That is awesome, though. Look, you can even pick up clouds. What the hell?
Oh my god.
And before the Ghana coffin meme is a freaking.
Oh wait, that boss
Music-
that Mario was
music
fighting
thing.
was from Mario 64.
Yes.
The those guys.
Yeah, but it's not the Womp. I think it's the.
I thought they were the Bully Bills.
Oh,
or
2
whatever
days from
they're
now.
called.
Nice.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah, that's
We're gonna have to
literally
test this
that's
out, though.
today.
We're gonna have 2
When's
days
it?
from now. What?
That's tomorrow.
No, it's not.
I know that was
by,
a joke.
by the time we finish this podcast, it'll be tomorrow for now.
Nah, it was a joke on Family Guy where Peter was like 3 days. That's tomorrow. Come on, Chris, let's go.
That is the last update, though. What the heck?
Hey, it's a good way to end off.
That is a beautiful way to wrap things up for this series, man.
Mm.
You're getting
Definitely.
like very.
So how
like,
much
I'm
for the
talking about
DLC?
10 items of power ups. 10
Should be a free
plus.
update. Free update.
It's free.
Oh, it should be.
Yeah, it's all free. It's all part of the free
See,
update.
you want to know why that makes me mad? Because, like, obviously some people take advantage of DLCs. It costs $30 to do all this shit or whatever. And then they're just like, no, it's free. It's free. You can have it just so long as you have the game.
That is awesome, man. That legitimately is really awesome.
So that means they don't really have much excuses anymore.
For what?
Like, other places will be like, oh, we're making you pay like $20 to do like 3 things on your DLC.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts. But
You sound pretty jaded, buddy.
But Mario Maker 2 is like, no, we'll give you this for free once we patch the game up. Like, dude, that means you're getting your money's worth. More than so.
That is insane, though. I'm actually very happy about this.
Terrell,
This
did
is
you
really
see
cool.
Yeah, I watched it before you guys watched it because by the time I had jumped in, it would have been too late. So I had already seen it.
So
But I
you
didn't-
decided to just go ahead and take the initiative.
Yes, but I've already seen it. I literally watched it like I finished it in the middle of you guys finishing it. So I was like, perfect transition.
Nice. But yeah, so
Yeah, that
overall,
looks cool.
excited about this, man.
Yeah, it looked really cool. Huge update. And I know the Mario Maker community is very, very happy. For some reason, Mario Maker seems to get these weird, like, out of nowhere updates. I've noticed. Like, that's what happened with their last major update, where it was, oh, here's a video about it, and then it comes out either like that day or the next day. So I don't know if that's just a running thing with Mario Maker or what. Especially because we don't even realize that game's almost been out for a year already.
Yeah. Actually, isn't it like
it came out like
happening? Isn't there like an anniversary happening for the Mario series?
Yeah, this year is Mario's 30.
Okay, so it is. Okay, I just forgot.
30th or 35th?
35th. 35th.
Yeah, 35th.
1985.
Yeah.
That's right. The Super Mario Brothers franchise. Next year will be the 40th anniversary of Donkey Kong and Mario.
Oh, nice. Snaps, y'all. And there's already been rumors about supposedly they're
the whole HD remakes, whatever it is.
Yeah, for the
I would love, Donkey Kong 64 remastered. Let's go.
Yes, please. I've been waiting.
That is a game that never has been re-released since its original.
Yeah, because it was rare, and
because it was rare, and because it was made by Rare.
Shut up, Tyrone.
We're all comedians.
Yeah, comedians.
Where's my trophy? Never mind.
It's Mario Maker 2 DLC. Is your?
I'm gonna hand you to L right now.
Damn it.
There we go. All right, so I managed to do that at the same time. Wow, this is awesome, though. Like, this is a great way to wrap things up for the Mario Maker series, for the second one anyway. And hopefully the creators can craft even more unique levels, because I think these are some power-ups that a lot of people were asking for. Like the Boomerang power-up, the Super Mario Bros. 2 one, which is pretty nuts. I love that gimmick now, because it's like you're not going to get your... You're not going to get yourself hurt by any of the weapons you hold. It now is like a part of you, like the chain chomp as they showed off. The Maker gimmick, though, is going to be the most creative thing, because now we can create Kaizo worlds for everybody to play out, And now the community here, if they have Super Mario Maker 2, if they want me to play Super Mario Maker 2 levels for that, and like a world in itself, I would totally love to do that. That sounds like a lot of fun, man. I would absolutely be glad to go down with this. And, I'm excited, man. And also somebody pointed out next year is the Zelda's 35th anniversary.
Yeah,
true.
Oh man, good times ahead for Mario, man. I didn't expect it to come out though, like until maybe next month or something. This was a shock of an announcement, just out of complete left field.
Why wait until like 10 o'clock at night to be like, by the way?
11 a.m. JST.
That doesn't do me any favors. People are podcasting right now. Damn it! we were trying to talk about Pokemon, and this nonsense comes out. It's bullshit.
Well, we're not gonna have anything to talk about for the next freaking several weeks. So let's do it.
Yeah. Well, at least for all the Mario fans out there, this is their kind of week. As today is 420 day.
Yep. Get high. In a correct way. And legal way.
Correct way, yeah.
The Pokemon of the day is Oddish.
As voiced by Snoop Dogg himself.
Yeah. Snivel to the D. I'm an Oddish and I know bullets see.
What a young selection.
You've been rapping again, haven't you?
You're back at it.
Fuck that mixtape coming out, boy.
Rapping.
You got all this free time. You ain't got no excuse. Fuck, when's that mixtape coming out?
The same time that I got to work on these Dragon Ball Z reviews, because I actually got to do the recording for the other one.
You don't have to do the recording. As long as you're putting out content, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And you already missed the announcement, but TSS told us before where Emerald's actually coming back too, so I got to juggle that in.
No, I knew that already.
Yeah. It's coming back for the OVA, you already which heard is the finale.
No, you said I wasn't here for it. That's what you said.
No, I said you already know, but you weren't here for when he made the announcement. You weren't here when in the discussion.
Oh, you mean making the announcement to the
to the community?
Yeah. I said you already know because he told us, but
yeah. So, also, the 420th Pokemon is Cherubi.
Cherry?
It works as a weed.
Oh, yeah, that Pokemon does. Yeah, it was more of a cherry.
Also, the problem is that Emerald coming back, how many parts will we end up having? Like 2?
Just 2. Yeah, just the 2.
Yeah. And then we still got to wait on Tyrone to edit the parts.
2.
Wait.
Wait, no, it's 1. It's going to be 1.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be one long part. Yeah.
So congratulations. So look forward to the
49,
one episode.
49, just over 49 minutes.
Oh, so is it gonna be that annoying 49, or 49, 59, or is it gonna be 49, 00?
It's 49, 11.
Ah, okay, cool. All right.
They're like,
I would have lost my day. I would have edited.
Well, we can make it 40.
Been.
We can make it 49, 59.
No, don't do that.
Make it 49, 60.
Tyrone, you'll be the one who will make it 49.
That's why I said I'll add an extra second if that's the case.
No, you'll just have TSS crying at the end of the part. That's
right, fucking Emerald.
No, you do the Kermit voice. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, fucking Emerald pissing me the fuck off. Ah!
Oh, God, calm down. See, you've already started. You should have saved it. You're pulling your trump card. This is not Exodia.
Yeah, this is early on into the show, guys. We're not supposed to bring out the big guns.
You're gonna be able to recover. The goal
was the big guns.
Yes.
Well, yeah, Kermit is like your trump card when it comes to making TSS laugh. Anyway.
I'm about to say to make a TSS laugh.
That was the point. The whole goal was to get TSS laugh. Like nothing else matters. You have to.
Here's some more cash for you.
Cash money.
Cash money.
All right, then let me just make sure real quick. Is there anything else in particular you guys want to talk about? Because, like I mentioned, that Mario Maker 2 was the one that just completely.
Oh, there's one thing I would have mentioned that I have. Well, did we already talk? Did you ever mention Jump Force coming to Switch yet or not?
No, I have not mentioned that. You could talk about it, buddy.
You see that, guys? Nobody cares.
Well, it's funny he says that.
Do we really gonna
Katie's the one who brought it to my attention because I wasn't even aware.
That was funny, Edie.
I also wasn't aware that they had a season 2.
Yeah, they have a season 2 pass,
which starts with Todoroki. The only reason I'm annoyed at this is because it's someone who thinks the newer Shonen Jump shows need some representation. I wanted to be stated that Black Clover and My Hero came out on equal footing originally, where it was just Deku and Asta, and over the course of the first DLC, we got All Might. And then we got Bakugo, and now we're getting Todoroki in the second season,
which is such an obvious fucking character to put for My Hero. It's like, oh, of course you're gonna put Todoroki, but go ahead.
Well, it's also just all of a sudden it's like, oh, look, you're getting that game, and I'm like, yeah, but no one wants to play that game anymore. Here's the thing, because I went and looked it up. Jump Force sold relatively well. I mean, pretty well when it first came out.
For the first 2 weeks, and now it's garbage. It's garbage, and you garbage. Not just kidding.
It's literally one of those things where it sold well when it first came out, and then literally just kind of fell off a fucking cliff, and people forgot the game existed. Yeah. So when I heard, they're porting out the Switch, and I'm like,
so?
I'm like, why though? Like what do we need it for? And then people got excited because they're like, this second season of DLC, which the only advantage the Switch owner gets is that we get the first season DLC right off the bat, so we don't have to buy the first season DLC,
right?
Which includes like Kaiba and All Might, Bakugo, and Law. I think
wasn't Madara in there somewhere?
Yes,
yeah,
but I think he was in the main.
You should have been had him.
No, he was in the main game, I think.
Well, see, the problem with Jump Force, on top of the whole fucking terrible animations thing in the story mode and that nonsense, is that there are other anime games that represent multiple anime series.
A lot better.
Yeah. You listen. To be fair, J-Star's gameplay wise is not that interesting either, but it has representation of shows that like don't even show up in this game. Like you got Gintama, you got Madaka, you got Sensei is in here. I think the only one that's gonna
he said that. He said Madaka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was and then you got different variations of like other characters, like some of the lower tier characters were like supports and shit. Jump Force, that and the fact that the whole you have a team of 3 and they all share the same health gauge, which is a problem in its own right.
Yeah.
Not totally happy about that. It's just, I mean, put it this way, it's not like it's not cool that Switch owners get a chance to play it, because if you want to play it on Switch, here's your chance.
Right.
It's just more so like, of all the games we're gonna get, it's kind of like,
why didn't we get J-Stars?
Well, that would imply them redoing J-Stars.
I know.
Yeah.
And also getting the license.
That requires people to actually give a fuck, and also
I do. It had my favorite opening song.
J-Stars didn't sell for shit in the States.
Why didn't we get Kakarot? Just give it about a year, like with fighters.
I don't want Kakarot on the Switch.
Tyrone's gonna play it. So I don't even know what he's gonna play.
Yeah. I don't even have Kakarot on the PlayStation.
Tyrone, you're going to play Kakarot. Like there is no.
Why would I do that?
Because you become the Dragon Ball channel representative.
Yeah, but I'm not just gonna play any. That's like saying, "Oh, he'll play Battle of Z."
Listen, you will. Do you think
whether you like it or not, you will?
Yeah, you pigeonholed yourself. As soon as this X and Y stuff stopped, you became right back to being the Dragon Ball channel. So guess what?
That's like saying you're gonna play every Fire Emblem game, including the spin-offs.
I mean, I will probably play Fire Emblem games, but I'm just not gonna play them. I may not play them on stream. But like Dragon Ball games.
Oh, you're just gonna play it for leisurely. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I see no reason to play Kakarot. It doesn't look appealing to me.
Also, you mentioned about how you would get Kakarot later when it was.
If I didn't have to pay money for it, I'll accept it as a donation.
Tyrone, so what Tyrone's really saying is
Terrell thinks I like every Dragon Ball game. I don't like every Dragon Ball game.
No. I'm not saying you.
Well, you gonna have Lightning donated to you?
No. It's not like he likes every Dragon Ball game. The point I'm making is it's kind of like how certain YouTubers are correlated with certain franchises.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
You've put yourself in the Dragon Ball situation. Yeah. So that means any Dragon Ball related development, whether it's game, anime, or manga, you've now like pigeonholed yourself into a position of well, you gotta at least talk about it. And if it's gaming, do you have the console to play it?
Well, yeah, and like I guess that makes sense because like traditionally we do Pokemon, so people still ask me my thoughts on Pokemon, even if I'm not on the subject at the matter. Like
exactly.
A lot of people, and I do need to do this. A lot of people have asked me to do a review of Sun and Moon because I didn't do one to finish off Sun and Moon, which I should. The problem is, how do you expect me to do a review of a series I watched only like 2 chunks of?
You know what that means, what you're going to have to do, right?
I got to watch the boring chunk that I didn't care about.
Exactly. That's the point. Why do you think I
had to suffer
to be fair, Tyrone, I got the same questions about, why didn't you do a review of X and Y? It's the same thing.
Well, you told the public why you didn't do it.
They didn't care. They still want the review. They don't care.
You don't matter. You have to do this.
Right.
They don't care about what arc of Sun and Moon you watch, Tyrone.
Also,
they want your thoughts on it.
I want to tackle this real fast. I was surprised TSS actually didn't catch it before me because he plays the game more than I do. Masters, I think they're doing.
Yes.
At least I see this in Japan. I see Calum or Callum. Whatever his name is.
Caitlin.
No, Callum.
Kaleem.
Oh, you're talking about X and Y's protagonist.
The boy in X and Y.
I thought you were talking about Caitlin.
And also there is a co-op orbs being distributed.
Yeah,
now.
he's got it. He's got Esper as his partner, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I already have him there.
Cool.
I already had him from a while ago.
Yeah, and if you aren't playing Masters, you should, because right now there's like 4 campaigns going on at the same time. You're getting like a shit ton of items. So
just don't ask KG. Just don't ask KG for his opinion.
Yeah, Terrell, I think they're just advertising him right now because of the psychic event that's happening.
Okay, because I think Caitlin is gone back in rotation of being.
Yeah. I already got Citron or Clement. I already got him. I got him.
The only one I got was Guzma. So.
I think
if anybody doesn't want to play that game, though, Dragalia Lost actually celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Fire Emblem franchise by doing a rerun of the one we had last year. And they are going to be including a brand new Fire Emblem event the moment that this one finishes. So we're getting 2 Fire Emblem events in the Dragalia Lost game.
Well, it's also Fire Emblem's anniversary, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're doing a 30th anniversary.
Also, side note, Tyrone usually is the one to do this, but I feel like this is pretty appropriate. I know Tyrone tends to ask for fan art and for certain things. I think the one thing I would totally be down for is if we got a picture of like, doesn't even matter which one, but it has probably probably Tyrone in the situation. And like stomping the shit out of KG's cell phone. This game
because of the goddamn Dragalia Lost
game.
game.
That's literally the whole point.
Well, we got to make the main character in the Dragalia Lost game like look like he's getting stomped on too.
Well, no, I debated on whether I wanted you to stop on his phone or choke out the main character of Dragalia Lost.
Oh yeah,
and I didn't know which one you would be more preferable to.
I think the phone one would hurt me more, if anything.
The phone one probably hurt more because this is also its fucking phone. My
SD card, no.
Like if a fictional character died, that's one thing.
Right.
But you just broke my $1,000 phone, Tyrone. Goddamn. Like that's funnier in the grand scheme.
Give me your phone.
Give me your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Tyrone's gonna walk up to KG in New York. Give me your fucking phone.
You were supposed to tell us how to get home, and here we are with Dragalia lost, eating up all your goddamn battery life. We're gonna die out here.
Hey, listen, that's why you take TSS's advice when it comes to that stuff and not KG.
Oh, TSS, all he has to do is like put his finger in the air and feel the New York winds and know what the fuck.
That's not, no, you got it wrong. What
guys, wait, hold on.
No, wait. What he actually does, he just plants his feet on the ground firmly, and he waits for the vibrations of the trains going
right.
by.
We're walking here. We're on the corner of 23rd Street. Come on.
This way.
By the fucking guy who sells CDs out of his fucking bag.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, John Game.
No. All you have to do is smell the 3-month-old oxidized piss coming from the homeless people.
Okay, now you're going way into.
I feel like you take a joke and you just ruined it. You could have just let it slide.
He made it 10 times more graphic.
Yeah, I didn't need to think about that. At what time is it? 10:30.
Not the piss, man.
Oh, not the yellow piss block.
You got me thinking about piss. That's what I want. Just ruined my night, sir.
Beautiful. But somebody says about Fire Emblem Heroes, though, doing the Shadow Dragon characters. Yeah, like Mar, Kata, and the others. The thing is, nobody cares about Heroes after that Fire Emblem Heroes pass that they decide to do.
Damn.
It hurts.
Damn, dog.
Then again, honestly, they're not really doing much aside from the banner to celebrate the 30th anniversary, which
even Nintendo tweeted.
Anniversary.
Yeah, they're like every minute or every hour we're gonna be highlighting new or characters that are in the game to the eventual release of something for the 30th anniversary, and I'm like, bro.
Yeah, like you tell them, like that's it, and they just reply, "What, you wanted more?"
Exactly, and it's
the funny thing is that if you have the Japanese Nintendo Switch Online, you actually now get to play Shadow Dragon is coming to the Nintendo Switch Online thing. So
yeah,
technically you are getting other things, but it just depends on whether or not you care about. One, you have to be Japanese, and then two, you have to care enough to want to play those games.
The biggest problem is you can't really get you can get Nintendo Online Japanese. It doesn't matter. I mean, you just have to pay it, but you can't use a US credit card. You have to actually buy the Nintendo cards, like 3,000 yen, 5,000.
Yeah, that's what sucks, John.
So message TSS on the tutorial for that, and you'll have that up in a couple hours.
But even what was going to go
on? Speaking of Nintendo, you pointed this out, KG, but of course, the Americans always getting the short end of the stick. Now they're going to be releasing a Xenoblade Chronicles,
unlimited, like a limited edition release in Europe.
Like a limited edition, in Europe. It looks pretty badass, but unfortunately, of course, we're not getting any of the good stuff.
No, we're getting I think it's just the game and the book. Whereas in Japan, not in Japan, but in Europe, they're getting that, but they're also getting a digital and a physical release of the soundtrack. They'll also be getting some additional nice little content included as well that I didn't see on. But man, it looks so clean. And then here we're just like, have a book.
Yeah, I have a response for that, and that is because usually in Europe it's less dense, and they usually have less people buying the game per capita.
Yeah,
and that's probably why. Because CD, trying to ship out CDs, that's a logistical mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also something that tends to happen a lot anyway. That Europe tends to get the better special editions compared to
that's how they
Bayonetta.
Run. Yeah, that's how they run.
We don't talk about that game, KG.
You didn't get the limited edition?
What are you talking about from Europe?
Yeah, you didn't just.
No, why the fuck?
You should have been there, bro.
I'm just gonna buy the European version of the game.
Yeah, it works.
Well, yeah, it would still work.
Yeah, it was still English.
Besides, does that? Well,
yeah, it does. The physical copy.
It does. It does because I'll tell you this.
Isn't the Wii U region locked?
No, they had the Bayonetta 1 and 2 bundle.
No,
physical
I'm talking about
release.
I'm talking about the Wii U. If you're talking about Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, the Wii U was still freaking.
Yeah, the Wii U was locked, but at least you got the pretty stuff.
Which is weird. What exactly would be the difference between a Europe version and our version? Like,
I mean, their English is different from our English.
Yeah, by like a couple of
actually, their English is the original English.
Like I remember, someone actually sent. It was so weird. Someone sent a Europe version of Sonic Colors to the GameStop one time when I worked there, and the only difference I could spot was that they spelled colors different. Like that's it.
Why does this have a U?
Right, literally, that was the only.
Yeah, neighbor with a U.
To be fair, I don't
still cost the same number, same amount. The voice actor was still the same and everything. There was no major difference.
Well, if you're talking about in terms of content, usually there isn't a huge difference.
Part of me expected Sonic to the minute I start the game, Sonic's like talking to Eggman. He's like, "Oh, put him up there, Eggman, with your chili waka." Like just say some bullshit. But no, it's the exact same fucking game.
No, it usually just depends on whether the console's region locked or not.
Right.
Yeah. Well, then again,
whether or not you hacked it.
Then again, though, Xenoblade's character, Xenoblade's main character, Shulk is voiced by a British guy, so
Well, so was Bayonetta. That's the irony.
And then I believe what was it for Xenoblade 2? It was Welsh, was it?
Yeah, but the advantage is like for Switch stuff.
And I shit you not.
Since Switch is region free, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
and I shit you
not. You could buy the European version.
Yeah,
turns himself into a pickle and calls himself Pickle Rick.
The physical version I bought for that one for Bayonetta,
I hear you.
And I also bought the physical of Okami HD on the Switch as well because he didn't have physical for that. So that
Kevin, you live a lifestyle that only most of us can dream to live.
I just wanted it for the pretty book, man.
Yeah, but you still had the money to get it. Also,
I
guess
wasn't that much. It was $40.
This is too much. It's too much. It's rich for my blood.
For Okami, that was too much.
It's too much, man. I couldn't afford it.
That's less than a regular Switch game.
It was
and we're talking about the guy who might be buying 3 statues for one.
Everybody doesn't always have $40 every time.
Also, just to get into that real quick, they've essentially announced the release date for that game for the SpongeBob Rehydrated. That's pretty much coming out towards the end of June. The only thing I'm angry about. The only thing I'm really angry about is apparently the Switch version is going to be the one that's delayed, and I'm like,
of course.
You should have realized this, given all the other Switch games. Whenever they announce it for all consoles, it's always
but come on, bro! Like it's that game when that game
exquisite
came out,
crowded horseradish kapow. That's nice.
That's the name of the link.
The shit out of me.
It's the link for one of the Twitch clips.
Okay, I was very confused. I wasn't thinking about it, and then TSS said it with no warning. It's like being friends with someone who has Tourette's. It's not their fault, but it just throws me off when it happens. But what I'm probably gonna end up doing, and the game's only $30, but I might just double dip on it. I might buy like the normal version for the PS4, so I can play it when it comes out, but then like double
get
dip
the Switch one
for the unhealthy amount of money. I'm just waiting for another stimulus check. Thanks, Trump.
The card.
I just remember.
And that's why when you get the poker deck, you got to throw that card in the garbage.
I just remember they said, so what's 2020 like? Oh, Australia was on fire. World War III almost started. A huge disease spread it everywhere. But we got $1,200.
But we also we also have a bunch of people from Ghana that will dance with your coffin. So.
We got $1,200.
Dance with your coffin. That's funny. Yeah.
Because they're all holding up the coffin, Dan.
Yo, what's up, guys? I've come here and I want to dance with your coffin. It's like, bro, can you dance with my other coffin? Sure.
Yeah,
where the hell is it?
Yeah, I had to get that song Astronomia by Vice Tone.
After you listening to that?
Yeah, had to get the song.
Good God, man.
Got it in Lossless. It's
now,
awesome song.
Let me see.
I don't want to make too many jokes about it because it's a person in that coffin. So I don't.
Put him in a coffin. What?
But
hell no.
By the way, there is a Reddit thread. There's a Reddit thread dedicated to that.
We don't talk about Reddit.
They're holding the coffin.
Ghana. It's r/Ghana says goodbye. Yeah, you gotta go there.
They're holding the coffin and they're dancing with it. And somebody puts when your Pokemon's health is low and best in black and white. And I'm like, no.
You laughed though, didn't you?
Right. That's what I said. No.
If you laugh, the no doesn't mean anything. That's the point.
No.
He's like, oh no, oh no.
Look, I didn't make the joke.
But you laugh at the joke.
Listen.
But the good news is that you're not religious, so we don't have to worry about hell or any of that nonsense.
Right.
All right.
So
All right,
what's
76 people. Wow.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
It's not 99 though.
KG, your average is actually going up. Like,
yeah, I'm so happy about that. Thank you guys in the community for sticking around with us for so long, and I hope you guys will continue to stick around with us for even more sessions to come.
So how about we talk about the 800-pound elephant this week, and that is anime getting delayed.
The
the 800-pound elephant thing just gotta throw me off.
No, that's Corona-chan in a nutshell, basically.
No, cause she thick though.
Yeah, she thick. Where you think that way leads it to?
Damn boy, she thick. That's a thick ass boy.
She thick with it.
Yep.
Tickle bitty.
Oh my god. Out the house today.
Thicker than a cold bowl of grits.
Yeah, so thank you for bringing that up, because me and Evie are also going to have to make a form of announcement for this as well, because if you notice, we haven't had our session this Saturday, which we were planning to do that for anime of, our anime pod. Unfortunately, and the reason why I put it on hold is because I want us to talk a little bit about it here, because unfortunately, anime in general within this season has taken a massive, massive hit, leading to multiple shows. I'm not just simply talking about the ones like Boruto, which also just recently got announced, or Black Clover. One Piece got
One Piece, yeah.
That's a Megaton announcement.
Oh, damn, Terrell, no.
I don't let them bother me, because I feel like One Piece animes need to take a break for a while now. So
yeah,
but actually, let me go
like this.
Yeah, and the
the
biggest problem, however, is Digimon had to go on hiatus just when they're freaking beginning the damn story.
And that's what hurts the most, man.
I think that's Digimon bias I'm hearing. I think that's what I'm hearing.
Like, okay,
sucks.
Yeah,
it does. I don't want the importance to be off of the other shows too.
That's the thing. Like, it does suck, but at the same time, you got to consider that this is
at least more people will be alive to make more content later on.
Like this, that's the thing too. Like, it is a sigh of relief though for all the staff and the voice actors to finally get this rare break, really. Because as far as
this will never happen again.
Pencils down.
Yeah, is that a test, Tyrone?
They're animating, so I like back when hand-drawn animation. Pencils down.
Well, technically, it's still hand drawn. Like the Sakuga is still hand drawn before they go into the computer.
Before they go into the computer.
Also, just to add into that, manga is unfortunately also being affected by this too.
No, okay, so I can't say pencils down. Pencils down.
I mean, I guess.
Ink and pencils down. But yes, overall, everything is
more
getting
said about
affected.
this than anyone else, though.
So I have with me a list. These are all the things as of right now. By the way, this is thanks to Crunchyroll for providing.
I was looking in the same list. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys the list of all of the anime impacted by the recent events transpiring across the world, because this is such a big thing. So we'll begin here. Sword Art Online, Alicization War of the Underworld, Part 2. ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, Season 2. Idolish Second Beat. Apare Ranman. Food Wars, the 5th play. No Guns Life, the 2nd season. My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu Climax.
That hurts.
Hatena Illusion, the 12th episode specifically. Diary of Our Days at the Breakwater. The Millionaire Detective Balance Unlimited, which, by the way, that one is a good show. That shit is good.
Mm-hmm. Tara, you don't watch any of this shit.
I know, no. I'm waiting. I'm scared for 2, and I'm just waiting.
Pokemon, literally is just known as Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Digimon Adventure, as we just mentioned. One Piece, A Certain Scientific Railgun T, A3 Season Spring and Summer, The Misfit of Demon King Academy, Cardfight Vanguard, Sukyuta, the animation Season 2, Healing Good Precure, Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. I believe Black Clover is also on the list. We also got for the film side, Fate Stay Night.
Wait, so that's all the series?
All the TV series so far.
I know what Tyrone's
Dr.
thinking about.
Stone didn't get touched. Woo!
No. That's because Dr. Stone isn't coming out this season.
Buddy.
He comes out in like July, I think, right?
Yeah, so far we don't know
We
anything
don't
about
know
that.
about July until July.
Well, he has a confirmed season 2 release date.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is the reason why this is also important, Tyrone, is because you bring that up, and there are movies planned to release later in the future, like a little far into summertime. Those unfortunately also got delayed as well. And here's the list for the movies: Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel 3, Spring Song, Given, Love Me, Love Me Not, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Violet Evergarden, the movie. I was so looking forward to that. Detective Conan, The Scarlet Bullet, Doraemon, Nobita's New Dinosaur, Doraemon, Stand By Me 2, Shimajiro to
Shimahiro to Sora to Bufune.
Yes, that one. Oja Majo, Doremi 20th anniversary film. I'm pretty confident I pronounced that wrong. Princess Principal, Crown Handler, Part 1. And they also have a list of all the conventions canceled for this year.
And you know what? You know what? Before you read that list, you know, it's quite funny because I saw
we have a timeline where Thanos won. What the fuck?
No, I wanted to actually comment on that. You know, the fucked up thing is that I was watching a special on Detective Conan. There was like a quiz special like 2 weeks ago, and I thought they were gonna actually, you know, at least, you know, be somewhere. But then of course the shutdown happened. So that's why the theatrical releases are postponed, because it was supposed to come out like a few days ago.
Yeah.
And now it's not, because the whole country shut down until May 6th. So we'll see what
Earth
happens.
is closed today.
Now,
not according to the jackasses that want to go on the beach. But
yeah,
you know,
I heard about the protests and stuff. Yeah,
but anyway,
Baskin-Robbins shenanigans.
Yeah, so KG, what was the other one? So the cons. Read the list.
Now this is for the conventions here. Also, they did talk a little bit about the dub site as well, but you can check on that via the official Crunchyroll and Funimation site in regards to that. So if you want to go take a look at that, there you go. For conventions, Comiket 98, Anime Japan, Anime Central, SakuraCon, Anime Boston, Kawaii Con, San Diego Comic Con, Japan Expo, Fanime, Anime North, and Anime Expo. Those are all the things as of now, because the thing is, this can continue to go even further and get even bigger the more time passes by, you know, because there are still certain shows that are airing right now in this season that have yet to be delayed. And I'm very concerned about some of them, because some of them are also shows that I'm really enjoying from this season. Sing Yesterday, for me, if I'm correct, has yet to be announced for a delay.
Kaguya-sama?
Kaguya-sama is also still not announced for a delay at this moment as well. So we're very limited in terms of the anime scene. Gal and Dino is also another one that I've been really enjoying, that I'm also surprised that I didn't see any announcements for that. So hopefully those are still okay and thriving. It's just, this is to let you know that this was what we were supposed to get this season, ladies and gentlemen. This was a megaton list. And unfortunately, all of this is now being pushed into possibly the next season, which means if this is the case, at least going on top of my head, I would assume the next season anime stuff is going to get pushed into fall, because there's just going to be so much stuff from this season that they need to complete.
It's going to be a backlog.
Exactly.
Backlog.
So basically, certain anime, summer animes are now going to become fall animes, and fall animes will be winter.
Which is why I wanted to bring this up, because you were talking about Dr. Stone. That's going to get pushed back now, thanks to everything's happening.
Dr. Stone's basically going to be a fall anime, which is kind of weird, because it's the Stone Wars was supposed to be in winter or spring. I think it's supposed to be spring.
No confirmed date, but yeah, it was.
No. I mean, like in story. I'm talking in story, in universe. I think the art. It was after winter.
To respond to comic cartoons, no, this will probably not affect the plot of PM. I know it's just a delay.
No.
It's just a delay.
It's a delay. Yeah, it's not like X and Y's case where it's like, oh shit, we have how many episodes? Oh shit, what's coming? Oh what? Sun and Moon.
And also with Best Wishes, where it was a big event that happened.
Well, yeah, it's not like the Tohoku earthquake happened or a freaking ferry accident happened where it was a natural disaster that was unexpected. This is obviously this is a well-known disease. And since the entire country shut down, they can't do anything about it. I mean, it's only gonna push it back maybe a month or two.
The only thing I see it affecting Pokemon in universe, like the story, is if there's an episode that involves like a bunch of people or Pokemon getting sick because of something in the air, which
I don't think so.
They don't really make episodes like that.
No, they rarely.
They haven't made an episode like that.
It's a little too real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they haven't made an episode like that since like OG, I believe.
Yeah, the one I can remember was the Ash and Tracy one, honestly.
Yeah. Who?
That's as far back as my memory can handle.
I'm Tracy Sketch. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, what is his last? Oh, Sketch.
Sketchit. Tracy Sketchit is his last. Yeah, I'm the only nerd who gives a fuck about that.
What is his actual name in Japanese? Like his last
Kenji.
name?
Yeah,
Kenji.
No, his last name. His last name.
No, there is no cat. There is no.
Okay, yeah. Because
okay, so they made up a last name.
Yeah, the dub always tries to do that. Tracy Sketchit, Ash Ketchum. There was another character that had like a weird pun last name. I think Todd Snap.
Yeah, it was Todd Snap.
Yeah, Todd Snap. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So,
hello, my name is Mr. Snap, and how to meet you.
I also want to give a shout out to the Gasu Backpack as well, because this is what we're going to be talking about for tonight. This is, of course, being a nanny pod, for Pokemon in particular. Unfortunately, as we mentioned before, Pokemon, or otherwise known as Pocket Monsters 2019, has officially announced via their Twitter account not too long ago that the show is going to be heading into hiatus for the foreseeable future, and reruns will be airing during the show's Sunday evening time slot instead. Now, the official announcement, which has been translated, states right here, in an effort to create a safe environment for the show's production as the number of novel Backstreet Boys tickets increases, otherwise known as a thing we cannot say, and with the state of emergency declaration.
Okay, I was confused when you said
yeah.
Don't worry, it's an
for the folks out there, the Backstreet Boys tickets is the human form of Pokerus. Thank you.
Yeah, just make sure you
Yeah, but you want to catch that in the games, though.
Yeah, but you make sure you stay ever vigilant of the Backstreet Boy tickets.
Exactly.
You don't make sure you don't have it. Backstreet's back, all right.
Now it says here, parts of the show's production will be going on a temporary break. Accordingly, Pocket Monsters will be going into reruns starting with next week's broadcast. The thing is, the last time a Pokemon show in particular went on hiatus was back in 1997 when the original series was taken off the air in response to the whole Pokemon Shock incident.
Soldier Porygon.
Exactly. The particular hiatus ended up lasting a total of 4 months. Now, there is no projected end date in regards to how long this hiatus that we're in the current timeline will last, but the parts of the show's production line in the official announcement leads many to speculate that maybe the show hasn't been halted in terms of like complete halt. It just might be that it's going to be slower than one would think. I mean, it's not going to be like how it normally is being handled, like with the 6-month gap and whatnot. It's going to be taking a slow pace. But as, mentioned before, shows like Megaton shows, we're talking about like One Piece, Neon Genesis, Evangelion, those have unfortunately also been put into delay.
Yeah, and also the shutdown goes for at least another 2 weeks from this Wednesday. So it's Wednesday, May 6th. So if everything goes, if the numbers come down, then we're going to see eventually them getting back to work, and then they'll be done. But I would expect they're going to be maybe 4 or 5 weeks behind because of everything. Because you can't just go into the studio and just say, okay, let's just do it.
And also release 4 episodes at once. You can't
can't do that. You got it, because that's going to overwork people. You don't want to do that.
Exactly.
Well, they do that anyway.
They do it anyway. But the thing is, though, they were working at overcapacity anyway, and you're going to just tell them to go over capacity to try to catch up. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be 5-week gap or maybe 6 weeks.
Exactly, because they also need to catch up to try to keep up with the current, time and whatnot. So we'll see where things go. Another update, though, Pokemon Coco, which is still scheduled to be released on July 10th, has yet to be announced in regards to whether it is going to be postponed. But I did hear that the tickets that you were supposed to receive were postponed to another date.
Yes,
because it was the special tickets that I believe were to give you the mythical Pokemon that's going to be in Sword and Shield in the upcoming DLC patch. So
yes.
Zarude.
To be fair, I prefer chocolate milk anyway, so I'm fine with that.
Wish I could. So so overall, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much what's happening right now.
Pokemon Cocoa and Pokemon Nuts.
Pokemon Cocoa Nut.
Cocoa.
Mom, I got myself a cocoa nut.
Thought it was a Pokemon melon. Turns out it was a Pokemon Cocoa Nut.
Cocoa Nut.
Don't say that.
It's Cocoa.
That's how Dane Cook said it.
That's exactly what
Who the fuck is that, Tyrone? We don't talk about
He's a famous comedian who was popular in 2006. And then not at all. He was popular in 2006.
Yeah, but you don't go with him in the freaking Burger King drive-through. So we're all
and then you drive through. He thought he was the Burger King.
Oh no!
I'm like, sir, drive around.
Okay,
Tyrone, relax. You've had sugar tonight. I can already tell.
That's Dane. Literally, you're describing how everybody looks at Dane Cook. Basically.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah.
But it's still funny to assume that you're on some type of medication.
And he's right in your face.
Relax. Come on.
Go.
Alrighty.
So overall, like, what do you guys think about this in general? Like, all these delays, all the yeah, it is hard actually.
Terrell actually hit the nail on the head where he said, "Yeah, it does suck that we have to wait." But at the exact same time, there's certain anime like One Piece that actually could benefit from this break because I think TSS has said it a lot of times. Animators work at they work so much.
They work like dogs.
Right.
Yeah, they work around the clock.
They work around the clock and they get paid less than a person that works at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, so it's just like
Tyrone, you make more than Ichiro Oda. How you feel?
I don't know. That makes me sad. I don't feel like I'm doing Ichiro Oda work.
And you get paid in dollars.
Right. Right. And nobody ever pays me in gum.
And in goodwill. Fuck that.
But no, just like what you guys said, like it's good that some of them are actually probably able to rest up and recover, and we might actually get some better work out of this now because when they actually start working again, they won't be worked to the bone. And I know that sucks for people who are waiting for shows to come out, but let's look at it this way. There's still tons of anime and manga that are on people's back burners, right?
And
porn, exactly.
Specifically that one, yes.
If anything, for One Piece fans, that literally just means you can catch up.
No, you mean that's for non-One Piece fans.
No, I'm saying if you were like, I got far into One Piece, but I can't. But I stopped because the episodes were overwhelming. Well, now you can catch up.
Oh, yeah, right. Tyrone?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, like me. Yeah, right? You can catch up. Now
he's not going to do it. Folks, he's not going to do it.
I might read the manga.
Also, at this point...
You don't like reading.
Go ahead, Evie.
Also, at this... You've got to be more human and, put others' lives and health above anything else now. So, it sucks that we had to wait for anime, but... just
anime's cool and all, but we don't need it to survive.
It wouldn't be possible without them.
I need it. Fuck you.
We have 3 decades worth of content.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, actually, that shit goes all the way back. I'm just saying 3 decades worth in terms for me.
Yeah.
In terms of my time zone is what I'm referring
to. Technically we have fucking 10 decades of anime.
I ain't going that far back.
Watch that show that you said you were going to complete.
Yeah. So I actually got a chance to watch an anime show in its entire season in like a day or two. That was in my backlog. 2 in particular. There was one anime that actually aired this season that had all 11 episodes released on the same day on Amazon Japan, and they had all the episodes right there to watch on the same day that it came out. So I didn't have to worry about that getting delayed whatsoever. So that was actually really good. So I got to watch Jashin-chan Dropkick, the 2nd season. I'm very happy that I got a 2nd season, as we talked about a while back, Evie.
So did you finally
the other show I watched in particular...
Who else do you Dropkick?
Now, not anything else yet.
Drop kick, man.
Oh, shit.
The other show I watched, I don't know if anybody in the chat might know this as well, and maybe some here in the call. Nozaki-kun. That is another one I watched in its entirety.
That's the one you were talking about.
Yes, I talked about it also with the opening as well during one of our
last night that's what it was.
Yeah, so I got a chance to watch that in its full season. It was absolutely great. I love the comedy. I love the characters. I love the obliviousness that the main male character has, because there's this one chick who clearly loves him. He's too focused onto manga stuff, and he doesn't seem to realize
Manga's
that.
Important though.
Yeah, well, that's because he's a manga creator. That's why he's watching everyday life happen, because he's using that as a way to create chapters in his story. Yeah. So it's gimmicks like that just is intriguing to see in the anime series, and I loved it. I love the characters. I love the storyline. I love just the theming of it all, and I'm kind of bummed out that there was never a second season, because I think the first one came out in 2014. So you would think that by now it would have gotten a second season, so I could have binge watched that. But they did have a special, which was like 6 mini episodes, and it was a beach episode. So fan service? Yes. No, not really. It was more comedy based, but it still did good nonetheless. Yeah. So there you go. So overall, I got a chance to watch that. I will be watching another show that I have in my backlog as well that I'll probably talk about next week too. So look forward to that. But I hope people take this opportunity right now, even if they could not watch current shows at the moment. If you do have a backlog, you should definitely take this opportunity to go and watch some shows that are right there. So
yeah, because I have about 100 episodes to 100 episodes of Touch to watch. I should start it.
Mm-hmm. And can I ask what this is, Terrell?
Can you explain that, please? Can you explain that to the court?
Did you read?
Should I read
like
this?
Gabriela Montez.
No, go read. Maximize it and read like towards the end of the
okay, I'll read the whole thing just for everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gabriela Montez, a fictional character. Gabriela Montez is played by 18-year-old Vanessa Hudgens. She was born on December 14 in Salinas, California. Although she has been a cast member for High School Musical, she also has recorded her very own CD. She is also dating High School Musical co-star Zakisha Efron, who voiced Troy Bolton. Zakisha.
What? Zakisha Efron? And you like, who the fuck is that? Damn, Zach.
No, is this something you're trying to tell us, Zach?
Zach is trans.
I've been going through.
No. Tyrone, Zach Efron is biracial.
Oh,
I don't want to be a white boy anymore. My name is.
Like in my heart, I've always wanted to be a black girl.
Yeah, my name is Zakisha Efron. And I am from South Central. Baby.
Are you sure you wanted to do this bad?
I don't know if you've heard about this one, Terrell, but there was a movie last year that came out. I remember people were talking about it. It was called LaQuisha. It is a horrible show. A movie. I forgot.
I want the plot. You got to tell me the plot.
Okay, it's this is the most. I would say it's probably one of the worst. No, it's called LaQuisha. I'm sorry, not LaQuisha. LaQuisha. The whole premise about it is a white guy pretends to be a black female talk radio host and becomes a huge hit. What? I kid you not. Summarize it in one sentence, a white guy pretends to be a black female talk radio host.
I need him to repeat this. Say it again, KG. Repeat it, KG.
Okay, a white guy pretends to be a black female talk radio host and becomes a huge hit. That's literally the synopsis I got from the wiki page.
Literally considered one of the worst movies of the decade. What I see here.
I wonder. Does anyone who's like
there's a movie that would probably be worse, and it's The Drone.
I'm gonna go look
this up. The drone that came out.
There is a trailer for it. You could watch it if you'd like. I'll post the trailer for you.
But you have to love this one. It's like The Drone, 2019 horror comedy.
Oh no!
A cornered serial killer transfers his consciousness into a consumer drone. Like, what the fuck?
No. What is this? That's KG.
How have you not heard this movie?
What?
It was the most talked about film at the time because it was so complete shit.
That's why Hollywood is shit, folks. Today.
That's why movie, I could probably summarize this whole movie in one plot summary.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, so that exists, ladies and gentlemen. So if you guys want to watch a movie, don't watch this one in particular. There are reviews. There are some hilarious reviews out there that I would totally recommend watching based on their thoughts on the movie. Like Double Toasted. You should totally watch them if you haven't. For their review on Loquisha. That shit was hilarious. But other than that, though, that's all I can say in regards to it. So in other words, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to go and watch things that are in your backlog. You might have in My Anime List site or whatnot that you catalog all your stuff. Take that opportunity to watch your shows that you missed out on. Who knows? You might find yourself a hidden gem like I did. With Nozaki-kun and Guilty Crown, I rewatched that again. Love the first opening for that series. So there you go. Aside from that, though, I really don't have much more I can add into the conversation other than it's just unfortunate that there is a lot of delays. But it is important for us to know that this is in a way for them to help protect the lives of those who are producing the content for us to enjoy. So, you know... Yeah. We gotta make sure that everybody's safe. We gotta make sure everyone's healthy, and that way, when they do come back, everybody will be in healthy and good mindsets. You know, because as mentioned before, they work hard on these shows. You know, we see the shows in full animation format, but you gotta understand, people make that content, and they're not robots; they're human beings. So for them to also get an opportunity to take a bit of a break, to get a bit of a breather, this is a must for them. So I'm very happy for that. But yeah, so aside from that, though, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about?
I just watched the trailer. Oh my god, no.
No, okay.
No.
Alrighty.
Move on.
Okay.
So now we're gonna get into the meat. We're gonna get into meat and potatoes.
I feel like this was the meat and potatoes, despite it not being the meat and potatoes. But hold on a second. Let me go and prepare that up while I'm at it, so we can.
Oh yeah, you gotta spin the ball, right?
And also get the footage set. And the footage is set. There we go. Now we're good to go. So, guys, you all ready to begin our review for the week?
Yes. 8 FPS. Go. Let's do it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be reviewing the final episode of PM 2019 till who knows when it'll come back. But, folks, we're going to be talking about this episode, which heavily focuses on Raboot. And really, honestly, it's just Raboot. I know Go gets some development, but Raboot is the one that really
gets... Raboot's episode.
Exactly, it's Raboot's episode. Episode titled being Farewell Raboot. So, otherwise, let's get into the summary. Ash and Go have head to
Bye-bye Pikachu, the Raboot version.
Okay, this shocked me. Ash and Go have head to Little Root Town in Hoenn to investigate the Beautyfly migration, which only happens once a year. During this, Go wants to get another Wurmple and calls to Raboot, but Raboot is disinterested. Later, Raboot sneaks out of the Pokemon Center. Where is it going? So, let's discuss. And anybody want to begin real quick? Because otherwise, I have some things I'll say.
I was out cheating, okay? Now shut up and go to sleep.
I had been taken over for a while, but I'll let KG do it this time.
I've been battling with another trainer. Now go to sleep.
The reason why I said I was gonna wait is only because I was drinking, so that shocked.
Oh no!
Choking down.
I'm good.
Spaghetti.
Yes, that is all. Yes, you are correct, Ty Prof. That is the best way to summarize this entire episode. Ash Beautyfly.
Well, no, it's Raboot. It's Raboot getting up in the middle of the night to leave and go have a.
Okay, realistically, I feel like we need to get to where people feel like maybe we should go through like quick opinions real quick. Because I have a sneaking suspicion I'm gonna have the more controversial opinion, but I'll let.
Really, I was say because when I watched this episode, I was like, Terrell's gonna love this shit.
No, absolutely
no, because of the bunny moments. I was mostly talking about the bunny moments.
The end of it is like my favorite part of the episode.
Okay, that's why I made the opinion. Actually, it was
the first part.
These fucking bunny moments are dope. I'm like
so stupid,
but. I'll give mine
go
first
ahead.
Because I'm very like, it's a nice episode. The formula's been done to death before in Pokemon, but yeah, I do like the interesting take they did have on it, where Raboot's just like in this dance club at night. I kind of wish they
went to the bar.
I kind of wish they had went all in. I kind of wish there was like raving lights. I kind of wish like the Exploud were doing bass drum, like boo, kind of like in Detective Pikachu.
I wanted there to be what do they call those guys that are always outside at the front door?
The bouncers.
Yeah, I wanted there to be like a bouncer.
I want like Watchhog to be the bouncer, like. Oh, you're not getting in with those shoes, Go.
Wait a minute, Tyrone. They're not Explode, man.
They're
Loudred. It turns into Explode. Yeah, Loudred. I kind of want the Loudred to do bass.
Remember Gen 3?
Well, yeah, Loudred evolves into Explode. My brain just
decided to go with the final one.
But Raboot, yeah, it's been done to death. It's a nice episode for Raboot, but the formula's been done so many times. I was just like, okay, that happened. Like, obviously you knew he wasn't going to leave, but that's unfortunately the fault of the people who've been watching Pokemon since the gate. But if you're new to this, then I guess it could pull at your heartstrings a little bit. But me, I'm just like, when's he coming back? When's he coming back to the fucking train? There he is.
And it's such a weird way, too.
It's almost like Ash knew, too. Like, Ash was just going to, like, hide behind the seat. Like, there he is.
There be that boy. Now, for me personally, in regards to this episode, it is the best episode of all time. Only because of Zigzagoons. All of the cute Zigzagoons. Now, see, you were talking about the whole bunny thing. Now, I'm talking about those cute little raccoon tanuki thingamabobs. They're so adorable, man. I love Zigzagoons so much. So to see a infinite amount of screenshots I could get from this particular episode. So to all the Ziggies that are fans of the Zigzagoons, you got a good quality amount of them in this episode. Now, aside from that, though, in terms of the episode plot, I agree with Tyrone with everything he said. It's been done to death. Unfortunately, when you have a series that goes over 1,000 episodes, this sort of thing is gonna
run into this again,
and again.
Repeated formulas, pretty much.
Yeah. Exactly.
And like when it comes to release episodes, they go one of two ways. One, the release actually happens, but the Pokemon's supposed to live a better life without the trainer. Or two, the release happens and the Pokemon comes right back because they love them. So it's just like, you did this with Butterfree, you did this with Pikachu, you did this with Pidgeot. Like, I'm not impressed anymore, so okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, I will say, there is one thing I liked about this episode, and this is something I've talked about a bit before on previous reviews regarding Go's development. I've always mentioned how Ash always tends to kind of take some spotlight out of Go, because the things that Go is going through tends to be relating to something that Ash has experienced before in his past travels. This one now being in regards to letting Pokemon go. Mm-hmm. I did like how serious Ash turned when he realized that Go had let go of Raboot. Mm-hmm. And he was like, okay, I'm perfectly fine if you are going to let your Pokemon go. You know, they always will want to seek happiness. You did tell Raboot, though, right? And I loved how serious he was about that whole situation, because he understands that if you're going to say farewell to a Pokemon, at least say it to its face and let them know, and try to communicate with each other to give each other a happy ending instead of just walking out. But Ash was like, you did tell it, right? And then Go, of course, just froze for a bit. Yeah. And he wanted to get out of the train in time in order for him to go. And he's like, well, doors closed right there. Go realized his mistake and he began running out, and that one musical piece that I believe played in the Ditto episode came back in this one. I love the emotional piece. I don't know what it is with Yuki Hayashi, but he always delivers on those emotional bits, man. I've been really loving those nice calm themes, and it works so well in that scene. Now the flashback stuff, though, I can't really say anything about it, because if you notice, they only use like the beginning parts of when Scorbunny made its debut, and then like straight to the evolution, like nothing really in between. Maybe
I do love, though, that one thing I am impressed about the formula of why they did this and how Raboot finally opened up was because they were dealing with Pokemon that were just scurrying for food, and they hang out in the alleyways and abandoned warehouses and stuff. It's the Pokemon hood, and Raboot's from the Pokemon hood in Galar. So it's like a never forget where you came from situation.
Yeah. You are who you become, or some shit like that. Whatever.
You was born in the hood. You stay in the hood, bro.
You can never escape the hood. Once you in here, there's no
right. The hood will always be with you. But yeah, I like that. That's what got Raboot. I'm glad it wasn't just some random like, oh, the Pokemon are doing dances and he wants to join in. No, it's literally like they grew up just like the Nickets that were scurrying for food.
Exactly. But yeah, that's all I got to say in regards to my thoughts. Who wants to go next?
Okay, reference time. All right, so let's go through most of the references now, since I made a giant fucking list. So let's do it. So at the beginning of the episode, we have Satoshi and Go like trying to draw out Garchomp, and it's like, you know, Go's asking, well, where the hell is its head? And then Satoshi says, "Oh, where is his body?" I did like the fact that, you know, you have Pikachu like saying, you know, it's like, wait, whose is better? And it's like, what? And
yeah, it's like, oh, it's Garchomp.
I thought it was missing. No, fuck.
So the funny thing is, you know, with this whole thing, first of all, the whole goodbye thing is done a lot, but not the migration thing. Now we know how the hell freaking Beautifly migrate, because they were there for 4 days. Okay, and also the Wurmple that freaking keeps avoiding freaking Go, and that's still kind of funny. And like I said, you could really tell the tension. He was in like a lot of shock, and I really like the way that they animated that. Joy mentions that they migrate because of strong northern winds, and that's why we have the Sato Agahant thing, which is probably the funniest thing in this one of the funniest things they ever done in the series. You know, Go's imagination is pretty cool. So the Zigzagama, they wanted to steal Satoshi's backpack. So I just like Raboot's like, yeah, what are you gonna do, bitch? Like, and it's like, then they run away.
Don't ever let me catch you around this bag again.
So
son.
Now for the references and fun facts. So for the first, when they've been back on the first night, Satoshi puts on a volcano shirt, which is obviously a homage to like Lava Ridge and Mount Chimney, which is, again, you know, it's a reference there. Now the next one is, when they go past a woman selling fruit here, they call it apples, and not the regular way that they would call fruits or berries in the anime previously, because originally the original term from Johto is kinomi, which can mean nut, fruit, or berry, but that's the whole thing. They call it berries. Now, since then, around X and Y, Sun and Moon, they started to call it kudamono, which is fruit. And they call that for everything that they touched. Even if it looked like an apple, they just call it a fruit. Here, Go actually mentions that it was an apple. So that's the first time that we've ever heard an apple being called an apple in the main series. So just a little reference
Fruit
for you.
Is now canon.
Yes, apple is canon.
Yes. Also, like I said, I love the fact that, you know, Raboot goes outside and it looks like he wants to go out for a fucking smoke break at 2:00 in the morning. I love that. But that's the, you know, it's like, but getting to the actual like secondary plot of this, which is the whole freaking Beautifly migration, I thought it was beautifully done. They said, oh wait, okay, there's some chrysalis in this forest over here. Let's take a look and let's see, because they were counting the days to see when the northern wind was coming. So you have to remember that. So that was cool, and just to see them evolve and just see them migrate on screen, it was a beautiful scene.
Now, I want to say this real fast. I know we talked about this too, because KG brought up the joke. Why doesn't he just catch the Silcoon? Last week we talked about it. It was like, why didn't he just catch the Silcoon? This episode does tackle it, but it tackles it in a way more mature way than I thought they were going to do. I thought they were going to make a joke about it.
Right.
But here, what they do is, once the Silcoon evolve into Beautifly and stuff and they fly off, it's a nice moment to just pause and absorb everything. And Ash is like, don't you want to catch one? And he's like, I do, but nah. And then he's like, don't you want to battle him? And he's like, I would, but nah. It was just sort of like a let the Pokemon be Pokemon for a minute.
Yeah, and also
so it was good to actually see Ash and Go actually take the time to. They stepped away from their goals only because they knew that to benefit these set of Pokemon, it's just better to let them be.
They were being research fellows.
Yeah.
It's also good to see them in a mission from like shit. They didn't cancel.
An actual mission in a different region. Also, Go makes a big fail because he succumbed to the vertical video syndrome, because he had to take the freaking vertical video.
Listen, man, if you had it in the other format, the Beautifly would have seen what you were doing and then they would have attacked you. Mm-hmm. Then you never record horizontal. You always record vertical.
What?
Yes.
I do it based on what I'm filming.
Now, listen, if a person saw you filming, they would know how it's being filmed, man.
No.
You understand what I mean?
Well, it doesn't matter. You got to play. Sometimes your mobile games, you got to play freaking horizontal mode.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, so you can't really do it. But I did really like the interaction between Go and Satoshi in this episode. Like at the first after the first night, you know, Satoshi tries to ask Go like what's wrong, and it's like, you know, he says like, oh, it's nothing, and then he just looks over Raboot and he's like, you know, and starts another shock. But the second night, he goes out and he tries to follow Raboot, and then he loses him. And the third night, Satoshi ribs him by saying, "You were too slow." I love that. You know, like I said, the bro moments are cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, though, it's like the whole dance battle thing. First of all, I like the reference that they actually referenced like freaking like hood street dancing from like the 80s and stuff. You got some break dancing, you have like moonwalk stuff, and then how Raboot ends it with like a freaking Leon pose. I love that too. So again, it's like crazy stuff. But yeah, that was a crazy thing, and I did like that. I like that Satoshi and Pikachu were just banging on like random oil cans, like trash cans, just trying to get. And I know at least Go was really, you know, interested in making the beat and the tempo to, you know, defeat those Loudred. That was pretty cool. Although it was kind of like a turf war, and I like that. So again, you know, people just say, "Oh, it's just another episode. This is the other leaving episode." But no, this is a multifaceted situation.
I have my critiques, but I'm going to wait until everyone's finished.
Yeah. So it's a really good episode. Yes, it has been done. Yes, the leaving thing has been done to death. But the other aspects of the episode redeem it. Especially at the and I like the way like KG mentioned at the end, where it was like, oh, he didn't realize it because Go left while everybody was just sleeping, so it's like couldn't give his goodbye, like a good goodbye, and then I'm trying to get off the train, and then Raboot just comes in right after, yells its name and stuff, and then of course, you know, having like the kind of the embarrassment. The woman actually makes a good point. The Apple woman. She calls it. Let me see here. It is. I guess I have it in my notes here, because it's like it's Hankoki, which means the age, like a rebellious age, like, and then she mentions Hankoki Nayatsu, which is a rebel. So it's like, and then Go was thinking, oh, it wasn't because, and then it comes to the end of the episode where it's like, oh, it wasn't because, you know, Go thought, oh, it wasn't because he was going through like a rebel phase. It's because he did something wrong. He disrespected. He delayed Raboot from enjoying its life. So that's the decision. That's why he made that initial decision.
Yes.
So yeah. So it is really, like I said, it's a multifaceted episode if you get the context of each major thing. We had a mission. We had a pretty decent side battle. We had a migration, which we've never seen really. We've never understood the reasoning behind it, and we had a pretty decent realization at the end. So I like the writing. The writing is really good. When you take these little objects and put them together, they make the episode. It's not just one thing, it's multiple things. And they made it mesh really well. Really good episode.
Evie, is there anything else you wanted to add into the conversation? Oh, Evie was Thanos along with anime.
Well, I'm about to turn my hat. Oh, okay. Is he there?
Evie, you there?
You're
there he is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Did you have anything you'd like to add to the review?
I didn't see the episode, so I don't really have much to add on to that.
All right, just wanted to make sure before we move on. One last thing before I pass this to you, though, Terrell. There was something that really did catch me off guard. I don't know if anybody saw this. The preview for next week's episode, we're not going to really talk about it because we don't know when the hell that episode is going to drop anytime soon. But there was one scene in particular that caught my eye because I'm like, wait, he didn't catch any of these, right? And I could have sworn I saw Silcoon in the preview.
No, those are Cascoon.
Cascoon.
Wait, oh, those were the Cascoons?
Yeah, those are the Cascoons.
Okay, I thought they looked like Silcoon. Maybe it's just how I
They
was
do
watching.
look very similar.
I still wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Well, we also
we
also
they do look very similar for obvious reasons.
Yeah, because it was like they look so far off. You know, I was like, what the hell are they? So
because it was in the night. And also we're gonna have Pikachu, Riolu, and freaking was it Pikachu? What is it? Pikachu, Riolu, and Raboot look like freaking Scooby-Doo characters again. So
yeah, because the Earth just decided to shake on them. But yeah, so if I recall correctly, the 1 minute trailer we got a while back, this was meant for that episode when they showed the blue shining light. Because remember the whole rain sequence that they had? We thought it was going to be for this episode here. Turned out it's actually for the following episode. That's this one coming up right now.
Yeah.
But now that's pretty much all I had to say on that. Then Terrell, take it away because I'm really curious to hear what you had to say on this. Yeah. I haven't had a chance to watch your full-on review yet,
so excuse me while I turn my hat sideways. I'm about to end this man's whole career. It's
everybody
funny.
cover.
It's funny because TSS gave such a positive review. I feel like this is like a really hard contrast, bro. So let's get into it. Okay. My first, I think the core problem I have is like KG and Tyrone said, this is a leaving episode. Now, there are different facets to it, but my main problem? It's a really bad leaving episode. That's like my main frustration with it. Now I'm going to start with some minor things at the beginning, and then I'll kind of transition into the core of the problem. The first problem is that this episode is supposed to be, the focus of this episode is supposed to be Raboot, and we spent almost half the episode on the fucking Beautifly thing. And the Beautifly thing, although I don't think it's bad, doesn't really... The Beautifly thing was more of a setup to get them in that area so that like Raboot would run into the Zigzagoon and the Lombre and all that other stuff. But the Beautifly stuff takes up so much of the episode. I'm like, it's not like it's a bad sequence, but it also doesn't do anything for me, and it doesn't really contribute to the main plot at all. So I'm kind of like, all right. The second thing that ticked me off, and none of you guys mentioned it, but it's such a minor scene anyway. The joke about well, you mentioned the joke about Go not being able to catch the Wurmple. The thing that immediately pissed me off with that whole thing was that he goes, all right, Raboot, let's catch this Wurmple. And then Raboot's uninterested and he walks away. And the first thought in my mind was like, this joke would work in almost any other series, but because it's this series, it doesn't work because Go doesn't use Raboot to catch Pokemon. So
he'll use it for very rare ones like
he'll only do it if the Pokemon's too strong. Like if the Pokemon won't be caught normally. Though. So I was annoyed that he was like, oh, I can't catch the Wurmple because Raboot isn't into it. And I was kind of like,
what's stopping you from just throwing the Pokeball?
Yeah, you're just going to throw the ball anyway. What the fuck is what's the difference? The other thing I like, once again, Ash is the best character in the show. And it kind of hits the underlining issue I have with Go's development. It always comes off where Ash ends up being his development's more based around Ash saying the right thing and Go always being wrong. Like
it's basically using Ash's history.
Because what aggravated me was that when you get to the train sequence where he's like, okay, if this is what you've decided, that's fine, but did you tell Raboot that? And he didn't. And then he did this stupid dramatic sequence where he's running to the back of the train to say something to Raboot, even if he got to the back of the train, he wouldn't have. Raboot's not there. So they're like, I don't understand the idea what they were going for. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute, Raboot's probably already on the fucking train. I'm like, well, the sequence doesn't make sense anyway. It'd be a different story if Raboot had ran to the train and we had saw that. Then I could be like, okay, maybe there's some emotional tension there. That's not what happened. Raboot's already on the train, so the sequence doesn't make any sense because we know Go's last scene of Raboot was at the I guess the abandoned area where the dancing takes place.
Yes.
So I'm like, what? That sequence comes off kind of dumb to me because I'm like, I don't. It's like
they didn't do a moment where they cut to Raboot chasing after Go
or opening.
It doesn't work as a sequence, and then to derail it almost immediately with, oh yeah, by the way, Raboot's already in the car. And then that gets into the whole him following Raboot at night. So when Go does it by himself, he doesn't do it. He can't do it. But when Ash goes with him, oh, now he can do it. Like it's still hinging on that like Go can't do shit right by himself, and Ash usually being with him tends to work out better for him in the long run.
But I thought that was the whole premise of Go.
I think the point though is that it kind of makes Go look like a weaker character though.
That's what I'm saying. Like you cannot.
That is true.
You don't look at him as like a character who stands next to Ash. He's a character who is supported by Ash. And I'm like, but you're supposed to be two characters. And Go can like, and people want to, and the problem is that in other regions, we've had side characters who can stand next to Ash. As much as I don't like it, you can say that about Dawn. You can say that about, hell, you can say that about Serena to an extent.
Weirdly enough, the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl starts off with Dawn.
The problem with Go is that Go's push of development hinges so much on Ash half of the time. It's
almost like Ash is his training wheels.
Yeah, and it's so stupid because like, oh, do I feel bad about the Raboot situation? Not really, because the ending sequence doesn't make sense.
Are you ready to eat your own words in a year's time? I hope you are.
Well, see, the problem is that I shouldn't have to wait a year. The episode.
It's the Serena situation.
The episode should have been good. The episode should have just been good on its own merits. The other thing is the dancing bit seems really random. I understand the Zigzagoon and how it relates to the Nickit situation. I'm cool with that. The dancing bit seemed kind of random, but I'm kind of willing to give it a pass because it was something different and entertaining. My issue is that half of the episode doesn't focus on Go and Raboot. Half of the episode is on this Beautifly shit that doesn't really matter. Like, even comparing it to like the older OG episodes with like Butterfree and Pikachu, both of those episodes, the entire premise of those episodes were based around those Pokemon. Pikachu finding the colony of Pikachu. That was from the beginning of the episode.
And Butterfree's literally was just because of a Butterfree migration pattern.
Yeah, like why is Raboot's thing like the side story when the name of the episode is about Raboot? So why?
If anything, if they wanted to do it, I think they could have focused on Zigzagoons. Maybe the Zigzagoons have to.
Yeah, that would have made way more sense. That's part of the reason why I'm iffy with the dance battle. The dance battle, like visually, is entertaining, and I like the fact that you portrayed a Loudred not in some antagonizing shit like he was in Hoenn all the time, because that's one of my Hoenn faves. But like, it felt like two episodes in one. Yeah, and neither one of them really got the expansion they needed. It felt like, oh, we're just gonna throw two plot lines in there, and the Beautifly plot line didn't really do anything. The Wurmple joke doesn't work for me because literally this is the only region where you can just throw a ball at a Pokemon, and that's like the default way of catching them. Like literally any other region, that joke would have made more sense. But because it's the region where the Go method of catching is used, it comes off kind of fucking stupid. And I'm like, and then the bad emotional moment at the end. Now, granted, I like the cute moment where Raboot and him share the apple and he blushes and you can tell that he does genuinely care because he's like, oh, you can smile. And then that's when he blushes when he realizes that like Go has caught him. But there's no real development there because Go didn't learn anything. It still hinged on Ash saying something to him. And then there was like there was no, and I guess the main thing that frustrates me is that up until this episode, they've been throwing subtle hints that Raboot has other interests that Go doesn't seem to catch, like the fact that he's interested in the battles that Ash partakes in. Like he seems to have like other things he's interested in, and that's what I thought would have been kind of the premise of the episode, or at least be a part of the episode in some way. So the dance, that's part of the reason why the dance battle shit bothers me. Because you were already setting up a damn plot line with him in other episodes. So why didn't you just do something around that?
I have a question for you, Terrell.
Go ahead.
When we finally get the next episode and you finally get to see if Go actually learns something, will you retract your statement?
No. Because this is still a poorly written
It is well
to me. I believe. Sorry, TSS. I'll let you go because I know you have a big comeback. To me, I feel that Terrell is right on some standard where they need a minute for Raboot and Go to be alone. Like, Ash is a great character, but we got 20 years worth of him already. He doesn't need to prove his competence in every episode. We know that Ash knows what to do. If anything, because Ash has had episodes like this where he had to learn that stuff on his own, we would want Go to go through the exact same processes. I wouldn't mind this leaving episode if it didn't have Ash basically driving as the driving force as to what Go should do next. Why did Go have to not be able to find Raboot the first time, but when Ash joins him, he's suddenly able to do it? Yeah. Why is it the fact that Ash is the one to tell Go what to do? How come when they sat down on the train, Go didn't just realize, wait a minute, I didn't even tell Raboot goodbye. Maybe I am a horrible trainer. And then he starts to tear up, realizes he's messing up, and tries to run back. It's futile because he knows at this point the train's going already. But at least he's feel like this is a last ditch effort. And then Raboot's on the train already. But at that point, we see that like Raboot already tried to, catch up to him or something. It feels like Ash has to tell him something or be his guiding force in order for Go to actually finally take action.
My main issue is that in every other region of the anime series, they never did that. Misty could stand her own in episodes. May could, Dawn could, Serena could. I don't have as much Sun and Moon experience, but from what I've heard and from what I've seen,
Lily's had straight up episodes by herself, so yeah.
Like, this doesn't feel like Go and Ash are partners. It feels like Ash is the main character and Go's just kind of like
because there have been a lot of times
learning.
I know that Go doesn't have as much experience. Obviously, he's just starting, but there have been moments in time where I feel like they legitimately make Go look like a bad trainer on purpose to show off how you're supposed to do things when Ash does it.
To be fair, actually, if you remember episode 1, Go is portrayed as a know-it-all and thinks he knows everything and doesn't need help, and that's what it is, and that's what's keying off the character here. And yes, it did. Yeah, I think hopefully this will be the shock to the system, but we will not know until the next few episodes. Also, the whole Raboot thing, they did, however, pace it out to a point where, I mean, like I said, we're going back to the woman with the freaking apples again. That's how you can tell, is interested in that. But the whole point of it was on the side notes, you had Go trying to interact with Raboot, and Raboot is freaking saying, well, fuck you. And you see this like multiple times, and it was spread out throughout this whole thing. Yes. Could the whole Beautifly thing couldn't have happened? Sure. Why not? But no, it's because they have to be along with fucking research fellows. They have to do something.
It shouldn't have took up half the episode. That was my problem with it.
I mean, I wouldn't have been so upset if like Ash had focused on the migration thing. Like he's the one trying to study it.
Actually would have been.
But Go could have been doing. Yeah, I know. But then Go could have been the one to try to like do the Raboot thing. Like Go's like, hey, can you film the migration thing? I gotta go. If anything, that shows how much Go cares about Raboot. He's willing to deter away from his research. But
the thing though is Raboot always came back to the thing.
Right. So, he always came back.
And the thing is that it's like. For the first night, freaking Go just hears music, and then says, "Well, he just gives up." And it's like now instead of investigating, that's telling me that he doesn't know how to handle this. Yes, and I totally agree with that. But if this is the episode that turns the fucking tide, then I'm perfectly fine with it.
It's such a weird contrast to like, I'll even say Best Wishes did it better, where like they'll take a moment to take characters away from the cast so that they can develop him, and when they come back, they're all back
different
together.
Strategy.
Like I remember the Best Wishes episode where all the Pokemon got sick, and Ash and Silent go out to go get the cure, and they're working together and they're battling. So by the time they get back, Iris is with the others, and they've all done their half of the development. Like, you can deter away from the group for a little bit, but Ash and Go are always together, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in some episodes because they got great chemistry.
But the irony is that it hinders Go more than it does. Right.
Like that one episode where Go actually went home to see his family. I thought they were going to do the whole course of that without Ash. I thought they were going to do it, and they couldn't do it. So Ash shows up at last minute.
And the irony is that's a better Go episode than this one is.
because it had more of Go being alone.
Yes, that's like in my main. And here's my thing, TSS, because you mentioned they do show the Raboot being rebellious throughout the episode. You're right, but my other frustration, I mentioned it before, in the other episodes they keep teasing that like Raboot has other things it's interested in, and so my frustration is that the rebelliousness never really gets addressed. It's just more so that Raboot finally just showed Go that, oh, by showing back up on the train, it was like, oh, Raboot still cares. But like Go, I felt like there was barely any growth on Go's part.
Like by the time they got any closer with the Score Bunny situation, learning Ember, it immediately all gets retracted.
Yeah.
Well,
so like the development that they made as a pair got set back as soon as it evolved, and then like this episode, by the time Go gets to some legit character development, well, who has to trigger it? Oh, Ash does. So it's like, oh, but how is it? Is it really a good Go episode if Go can't even think and like that's why I said compare it to the Pikachu episode with Ash back in Kanto. Ash did legit tell Pikachu before he walked away from it that like they had a conversation. He told his Pikachu that, hey, I think you would be better off with them with your own kind and everything. And he still ran because, it hurt. But like that was something he did. Go didn't even have the fucking nerve to do that, to be like, listen, Raboot, like there was no true interaction between them.
To be fair, remember, Go originally didn't give a fuck about Score Bunny and only cared about Mew. He wanted to catch Mew first.
Yeah.
And after time, he actually, this is a teaching that all of his Pokemon he should give a fuck about and not just freaking just throw balls at him and freaking put him in the park and say, hey, you're here. Fuck you. Let's go get more Pokemon.
But I'm on TSS's side for that part only because that is relevant.
You know what the problem with that is though? But that thing happened literally the next episode. The episode of Score Bunny was introduced, and then the next episode, which was I think it's the Snorlax episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's literally like the next episode, and then they're just cool for the rest up until like he revolved. So like there is no growth there. It was just like, oh, now I've accepted you as a Pokemon. All right, cool. I look at that as a part of like Go and Score Bunny's like origin.
Yeah, I think though most of that stuff was because of Score Bunny caring about Go and then he had the neglect to Score Bunny. And then when he evolved into Raboot, it's like, I don't give a fuck about you anymore. It's the lack of the reciprocal. You have to be, it's a two-way street.
That's what I'm saying. The episode does a poor job of
Yeah, I feel like there's some truth to what TSS is saying. I feel like the way they could have handled it though is like when Go woke up after the whole dance party last night or whatever. While he's walking off, he probably could have been talking to himself like, yo, I think it's better this way for me to leave Raboot. Raboot could have overheard that, saw him walking away. We could have panned closer to Raboot, and then we could have cut to the train scene. Because then that gives us an idea that Raboot heard the conversation, and he's choosing to go with Go rather than stay behind with the other Pokemon. Like, at least then we would have had some iota of idea that Raboot cares about Go and the running scheme of things. He just is in his rebellious phase right now where he doesn't want to show that he cares. But they didn't do that. Instead, what they did was the show didn't struggle on what it wanted to focus on. It didn't know if it wanted to focus on Go or Raboot in this moment.
Yeah, and I feel like the episode as a whole suffers for it. That's why I said, look, I have no problem if you're going to do another bye-bye episode. They've done it in other regions, and it's been fine. I've enjoyed them. It may come off redundant. You know what my problem is? This is not a well-written goodbye episode. Like, it's not a well-written one. Because the focus is not the focus isn't completely on Go and Raboot like it should have been. And then they just make really dumb and poor choices with how they set up the sequences. With the train sequence. In the train sequence, I get it because that's how.
It started with a train, it ends with a train.
I get the idea they were going for. But like it's almost like they got halfway with the idea and then said fuck it. They said this is enough and we're good. It's almost like they didn't have enough confidence in Go and Raboot to carry an episode by themselves. So we're gonna throw the Beautifly shit in there as like as a way to kind of like pad out the episode so the reboot stuff doesn't feel so. They're just
they had to have a reason to go. They had to have a reason to go to Hoenn anyway, right?
Yeah,
that's true, but it shouldn't have taken up half the episode. That was my problem with it. I didn't care that was the reason they went. I had a problem with it took up so much of the episode.
And I don't think, and to me, well, this is how I feel about it. I'm not saying knock Ash out of an episode completely altogether, but he doesn't need to be the focus at all. Like,
No,
I feel like
shouldn't. No,
I feel like
thing.
Go.
Here's my thing. When you make Ash look good in those sequences of telling Go those things, you make Go look weaker as a character because it's the norm. Like, there hasn't been an episode where Go's really been on his own, and the closest thing we got was the Cubone episode. And even that, they wouldn't let Ash be away for the whole episode.
I actually have a pretty good example, and this is way back in episode, like, I want to say episode 3. Yeah, episode 3 of Pokemon, where Ash literally catches the Pokemon. It's episode 4. I'm sorry, the Battle of the Samurai, or Enter the Samurai, whatever it's called. Ash fights off against the samurai guy, and they get chased by Beedrills in the middle of their battle, and Ash leaves Metapod behind. And Misty and the samurai chew Ash out on how he left Metapod behind. So Ash actually goes back and has a moment with Metapod. But the difference there is that he's learning that he did get information. He did get advice from other trainers. The difference, though, is that he goes back to get the Metapod. He is on there. He's on screen. He's risking himself. It was only Ash. Misty didn't show up, nor did the samurai show up later. While Ash was trying to rescue the Metapod. The screen is on Ash the whole time. Here, if Go's going to do all of those things, I think the show could have focused on Go with Ash showing up at the end of the episode.
I'm really hoping, I just want to make one more statement here. I'm really hoping that this is a turning point for this, and then maybe the next couple of episodes, this will be a turning point for freaking Go's personality against Pokemon.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with TSS. I think this is
because I think this would be the one. This and the next one will be the turning point that he realizes, oh shit, I shouldn't treat my Pokemon like garbage.
They're more than collections.
Yeah, they're like.
I agree with TSS too on this. If the writing's competent enough to show that, because then the next episode, all of the Pokemon are fighting. I want, the reason being is because Go doesn't fully understand his Pokemon well enough to quail the fighting. You can't be the peacekeeper if you don't know the people that are in conflict.
Right.
See, look, and here's my thing. I want to be clear about this. If that's what it leads to, cool. I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is that does not excuse this episode for being as poorly written as it was. That's my issue.
Right. Yeah.
Like even if it leads to Go becoming a better character in future episodes, cool, great. That means the future episodes will be really good. That does not excuse this episode. That's my whole point.
I get you. Yeah.
I do want to add something though into this, because I saw somebody in the chat brought it up, and I think they said it perfectly. It's from Donnie. Them respecting the lore of Ash is pretty much them respecting Go, I think is what was mentioned here.
Disrespecting Go by respecting Ash.
Exactly. Because I even mentioned it during our discussion earlier ago when we were giving our impressions. I stated that I liked how, despite, Go not knowing anything, I'm liking that they're using Ash as a character and his experiences as a Pokemon trainer, since he's been traveling through so many generations now, to use that knowledge to kind of benefit a bit for Go. The only issue is you have to sort of add that into the Go development episode. I've said this countless amount of times, you can never develop Go because you always need Ash to be the one to tell Go what he needs to do to develop.
Right.
It's been like that. Like in the episode when Scorbunny ran away to evolve into Raboot later on, I like how Ash was the one that said, hey, listen, you are not in sync with your Pokemon whatsoever. You guys are in a completely different mindset with one another.
Yeah.
It's in that episode. And then there was another one. I forgot which particular one it was. But he did the same thing again. Like, he's done this countless amount of times too. Oh, it was probably in the episode when Ash was telling Go to come and watch him battle in the Battle Frontier.
Yeah.
And, Go got pissed off. But then when he came back again, he saw how competent Ash was as a trainer and began witnessing a really powerful trainer and realizing that maybe there is some bright things to Pokemon, Pokemon battling.
So yeah, there is development. The problem is, I think you have to really pay attention to it as opposed to it standing out, and I think that's probably what people don't like about it.
Yeah,
that's why
I can agree with that.
It's that you require somebody else to get that.
It's not that the problem is that it doesn't stand out. It should.
I mean, a lot of things about the series you have to real look at, like all the Easter egg stuff. You have to be looking
Easter
for
egg stuff is fine.
I feel like if they had made it a
Go's development shouldn't be Easter egg.
I feel like because hold up, it's weird because Score Bunny's debut was a two-parter. Literally, it had two-parter. If they had made this a two-parter, because obviously they needed Ash and them to get out to Hoenn anyway, and have the Beautifly thing be the focus or whatever. And also this episode takes place in a span of 4 days. In universe. Yes. I feel like this should have been a two-parter. I feel like the first half could have been the Beautifly stuff or whatever, and the second half could have been the Go stuff.
If it was a two-parter, it would allow.
Allow for more time. Yeah,
it would allow for more time. And I think the way it should have happened is that you could have kept the episode the way it was, but have the second episode be more of Go's reflection, like the fact that maybe Score Bunny wasn't on the train.
The falling actions and stuff.
Yeah, I think though they wanted to put more focus on the Pokemon World Championships, which was supposed to be coming up in the next few episodes, and that's
but then that leads to Terrell's whole issue is that the show is literally magnetized towards Ash. We could develop Go, but
which here's my thing. I like Ash, so I'm cool with that to a degree. I'm just saying you can't sit there and portray Go as a main character and put him on the same level as Clement or Silent or Brock.
You put him back to back with Ash too, and you haven't even added Koharu yet, and he hasn't even done any of the work.
No, he hasn't earned that place. That's my biggest issue. Because here's my thing. Because May, I think we mentioned it before. May started out not knowing any fucking thing. Yeah, and she had better development in 20 episodes versus.
She's had episodes flat out just about herself.
Yeah, it just feels like a regression of what we've gotten with better rivals. I mean, not better rivals, better
partners. Traveling companions.
But you know what I liked about that whole May development thing? At the beginning, it was with Ash focusing on teaching May, which then led into her finally knowing how to handle things on her own terms.
Yeah, there was a turning point, and things changed. And even then, she still got even in the episodes where she was still being taught, it wasn't even the focus of the episode. Usually, it would be a side thing that happens during whatever the main event of the episode was. And then she would get these subtle moments and it would build to a crescendo where she got an episode dedicated to herself and it really rang true with her character. We're not getting that at all.
They got the idea, like TSS said in the episode, the little stuff that they do, they have the idea. The execution's just being weird because they shoved all of it in one episode. I feel like this would have been a nice two-parter. First of all, this is the first time they've been traveling to a different region since episode. They haven't traveled to another region in a while. They've been in Kanto for quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, they have.
Wow, so this is the first time. Yeah, they've been in Kanto for a long time. So
although to be fair,
I wouldn't have minded this had been 2 episodes.
Well, to be fair, I think maybe the next episode would go hand in hand with this because if that's the whole point, if it's finally going to get to the damn turning point, with all the Pokemon fighting, then it is 2 episodes.
Oh yeah,
that would be it. But again, it has to air first, and we're not going to get that for a long freaking time.
Oh no, that's true. Well, like I said, my point is that even if that is the turning point, it doesn't excuse this episode.
Yeah,
it doesn't. But at least it does. At least it gives us something a little bit different than just a goodbye episode. At least it gives us soming different. At least that's something to the.
I'll put it this way: it's different, but it's just not better to me. I would have rather for a standard goodbye episode because at least
I'll say this on TSS's defense because the goodbye episodes were so The goodbye episodes before were so choreographed. They were like,
yes.
Oh, we met the colony of Pikachus. Pikachu is with his other Pikachu brethren, so I guess it's time to say goodbye to Pikachu. Oh, the Butterfrees are all with the Butterfrees. I have a Butterfree. Butterfree. Like, it was so obvious that it was going to be a goodbye episode.
Yeah.
Here, Raboot doesn't meet a group of score bunnies, and they're all...
But they still do the same general premise.
Yeah, they do. But at least they handle it in a way. They handle it in a way that does go, oh, this is like Score Bunnies past, but different. They didn't just gather a bunch of Score Bunnies together that are all misfit Score Bunnies, and Raboot has to gather these Score Bunnies together.
They made it a little bit more complex. Does it make it better? No, but at least they did something.
The only way you actually know that this is a release.
The word you're looking for is complicated, not really complex.
The only way you know that this is the only way you know this is a bye-bye episode is because of the title alone. The title itself kind of ruins everything.
Because the first half of the episode doesn't make you think it's supposed to be that.
Right, but if you just watch the episode itself without knowing the title exists, it actually doesn't seem like it's going to be a bye-bye episode until like the very end.
Also, that's the only reason. That's probably their strategy.
Now that's a good thing and a bad thing though, because at least then you don't get that tension that Go's about to leave Raboot until Go finally walks away from Raboot while he's sleeping, and at that point, oh, okay, I guess you were releasing him, sure.
He's like, if I can't catch up to him, what's the point?
Right, and I don't know, dude. Like, I feel both sides of this. TSS and Terrell both have really good points.
I have a question real quick, because someone in the chat mentions how this is like a...
And I was going to talk about this.
I was going to ask
go ahead, KG.
All right, Terrell, you're talking about what EB said, right?
Yeah.
All right, so just to clarify, this is what EB said here in the chat. Thing is, they're using the same storytelling like how Sun and Moon used for one certain character in particular. It's a show not tell situation, so they can do this for 100 episodes, and we could have a Mallow situation. Here's my thing on that. The only reason why that worked is because there are many characters in that show. There are 6 characters, or you can even go up to 7 if you want to include Kukui, you know? So because of that, the storytelling is spread out to all the various characters. That's why one character gets more than the other, and vice versa. Specifically for Ash and Lily, they were the ones that got the main heads. Kiawe and Lana, I would say, are in second place, and then the third place would be Sophocles and Mallow. I do like the idea, but the thing is, it only worked because there were a lot of characters in that show to make that work. When your main characters... so far are only 2. We can't consider Koharu one because she's more of a side character for the moment. You can't really consider the professors or the assistants much as any as well. They're more side characters too. It's gonna suck because then it's really the Satoshi show, and it's like, well, so what's the point of Go? Is it only just to show off all the Pokemon that are capable of being caught? So
yeah,
I like the idea. But there needs to be something else along with that. See, here's the thing. Go technically has 2 stories at this moment.
They've been in Kanto for 6 episodes, by the way. Well, more than 6, actually, 7.
I never really noticed it because I never cared that we were in Kanto because none of the places looked like Kanto.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just another day for me when I see
that's like, I think that's the core of my complaint. That it's not a... Is that it's another episode that rehashes Go's underlying problem. That Go, although being deemed as the second main character, is not that much better than Koharu, other than the fact that he just gets more screen time and he has a more enjoyable personality. But like in terms of character writing and progression, there's nothing really there. That's probably the reason why I wasn't excited when I realized he was just going to be a character who literally catches Pokemon. Now, granted, like TS has said, if the next episode is like a turning point episode, which we won't know for a while, it can lead into Go becoming a better character in the long run. But this episode, as it stands currently, is just another example of them not knowing how to write Go and not knowing how to, and essentially creating a bad goodbye episode. Because it doesn't hit. There's no emotional moment. I don't feel anything because like I said, the train sequence doesn't make sense. Like even let's pretend like I like Go and Raboot like a lot. the train sequence doesn't make sense at all. Because, like I said, Raboot's not at the train station, so him running
it's not running to the train.
Yeah, he's literally just running to the back of the train, and then looking at going Raboot, and it's like, well, Raboot wasn't there to begin with. So
Raboot.
And because I'm a seasoned Pokemon fan, I know, he's probably already in the train. Yep, there he is. So I already knew what was going to happen. It takes. It literally managed to find a way to be predictable and stupid at the same time, and I was like.
I think the way they handled the Scorbunny capture was that Scorbunny's chasing the train as it's about to go, and the Nickets tell Scorbunny to go.
Yeah,
so
that was way better.
The train's in motion, so Scorbunny is able to make it on the train before it finally leaves the station.
Or you could have did something where having the Zigzagoon and Lombre asking Raboot to stay, and Raboot
would deny.
Denies it.
Yeah, denies it. That would have been such a strong
moment. That would have been the thing that could have made this episode.
Like he holds an apple and then puts it in his pocket and runs.
Yeah. That would have worked so much better. And it's such a subtle thing you could have done. That's what frustrates me. It's not like fixing Go is a hard thing to do. It's literally they won't fucking do it. It's like one or two scenes that would make this episode go from like a fucking 4 to like a 7, and they won't do it, and it's stupid. It's almost I don't even know if I find it more frustrating than Serena. I would argue it's more frustrating than Serena because at least I know Serena still got episodes dedicated to her. They won't even do that for Go. I've never been in a Pokemon series where they won't even give like one of the primary characters of that region an episode to themselves. It's not hard. I'm gonna stop.
I will say I wholeheartedly agree. I've mentioned this countless amount of times. I agree that Go is a character that I've enjoyed, but he always is somehow required to have Ash with him. The thing is, I can understand why they're doing it. You know, if you recall, Go's whole premise is that he's always kind of been like an introvert. He's always been inside.
Yeah.
So he's never really interacted. He's never really done anything. So, of course, this kind of thing works in the long run. So you're starting to see Go sort of understanding what it is, and I can understand that he's not going to instantly learn it right away. He's not going to catch these things right away because he doesn't know how to experience this sort of stuff. He's never been through it before. So I'm totally seeing that aspect like being the thing that's developing.
I think I'm sorry, KJ. I just want to make one more point. The only thing that's been stopping it is because of, this has to be a double bill and they have to freaking do two sides of the coin. And that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is what you have to get all the shit for world championships, and we had to go and do the Galar stuff because we had to fucking promote the games, right? Mm-hmm. So having that kind of balance didn't really help out much, but I can understand why things are chaotic now. But I'm hoping going forward, since we're not going to have to do Galar pandering anyway later on, but as soon as we get the world championship shit established, and then we get freaking Go shit established, which it looks like it's going to happen very soon, if it hasn't done already, then we're going to probably get Koharu stuff. That's the kind of thing they had to do, but they had to establish everything first, and then that's why everything felt disconnected. So I'm hoping that it does get better.
I can understand your critique, but I don't look at that as a justifiable reason, because the other regions had more things to juggle and still did it better.
Yeah.
I'll be on TSS for this one though. This is the first series to do this formula.
Yeah.
Right. Terrell's right in the sense that the other series have juggled more, but TSS is right in the sense that I think this is the most experimental Pokemon series that we've ever had.
And we all thought Sun and Moon was
because what they're doing is I feel like the World Championships was an idea that showed up like while they were writing. Like as they were writing, they were like, hey, we know that Ash and Go are supposed to go to different regions and research or whatever. But what if we make Ash battle like a lot of trainers? And put it in, fuck it. Put it in, write it in.
Write that down.
Write that down. But so I feel like the show, because you can clearly see the difference between the beginning of the show and now. We're still technically in the beginning half, but the beginning of the show, it was very clear. They were taking like a one episode, like we'll go here, then we'll go here, then we'll go here, then we'll go here. But then the last 7 episodes has literally just been them developing themselves in Kanto.
Yeah.
Like they've been in Kanto building themselves up. Ash, the world championship stuff, Ash fought 2 or 3 trainers in Kanto.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did all of that. Go's been catching Pokemon in Kanto. Like a lot of these development episodes, Go's episode was in Kanto. A lot of the episodes have been in Kanto because it's almost like the show, it almost to me felt like the show forgot that they were research partners. Ever since the World Championships came in, they were like, oh yeah, they do research. Wait, because I haven't seen them do one mission in a while. So it almost feels like the show's inclusion of the World Championship plot kind of messed with Go's development a little bit. Only because like it was so clear that Go's goal was really the only one that was solid until this World Championship stuff took place. Because Go made it clear since episode 1 or 2 or 3 that he's going to catch every Pokemon in the world, which is a big order to fill. But
yeah, how's he going to catch those birds?
Right, but that's what he said he was going to do. So the show kind of like it showed that the show was going in that direction. They go out on a mission, they go to a different region, go catch the Pokemon in said region, they come back from the mission, whatever. And then World Championship showed up, and that's when I started noticing like a slowdown in their region discoveries.
Yeah.
They were in Kanto the whole time. Ever since the World Championships was announced in Galar, they just didn't go to other regions anymore. Ash was fighting trainers. Go was catching like the nearby Pokemon that would show up, and Ash was catching like Dragon. Well, not Dragon.
Yeah, members of his team.
Yeah, he was catching Gengar and freaking Riolu. They didn't even go out to Sinnoh to get the egg. They stayed in Kanto. Yeah, the egg came to them. It's like, wow, y'all didn't even go out to Sinnoh to check out like why, I don't know, Tangrowths exist.
Yeah, you fucking know.
Why the fuck do Tangrowth exist anyway? Well, you're gonna go to Sinnoh to find out.
But yeah, I don't want to keep dragging this out. So
yeah. I mean, you both have really good points. That's the only reason I've been like coming into each part because like it was like they both have good points. I think this would have been better as a 2-parter. That's what I think.
Yeah, my point is I don't find it. I just feel like the other episodes may have been like formulaic, but I think they got their points across better in this episode, and I'll just kind of leave it at that.
Now, one final question though. Would you guys be saying all this had the episode title been different?
I believe. Well, I'll let them say it because they had stronger opinions.
You mean like if the episode was more focused on the Beautifly?
Well, no, I mean like if the episode title wasn't called
if the title itself was different.
No, I'm saying like if the title was called like
the dancing in the nightclub or some shit like that.
No.
What do you think? If I was
dancing in the night of Beautifly,
I probably would still complain about it because
would you? I know, but I mean, would you critique it to the scaling that it's right now with like how they're?
I mean,
because I think the thing is the title made people think one direction.
I'm so angry. By the way,
you mean like that?
Are you all right?
I just realized something. Episode? Why didn't the Beautifly migrate after the dance party? They could have just looked up at the starry sky and saw the beautiful. That would have been beautiful.
Yes, that would have. That
would have tied both plots together.
See, that's my problem. When we can casually come up with better ideas for what they did for this.
If you're gonna put 2 plots in the series, then at least make them connect. They could have looked into the sky. It would have been all stars, and then they would have thought of Beautifly.
They've done this before. They've done this before with Beautifly and I remember in the Celebi movie, they actually had the Beautifly fly up in the air.
That was so long ago. I feel like you could get away with it.
It would have been visually beautiful.
I don't think we would have cared because the Beautifly stuff to me is an afterthought. Like it's a cool thing in the episode, but am I really gonna recall it 30 episodes from now? No. But you know what I would have recalled? A really good Go and Raboot episode. I would have recalled that.
I don't know. They all could have looked up in the air. They could have been like, mesmerized by the Beautifly. And then Raboot could have looked at Go or something, and it could have panned to him.
I don't mind generic like Pokemon like nature shots that are really good, even if it's a little redundant, because those don't really. They're inoffensive and they don't ruin anything. And
they just help. They just help build the world. Yeah.
Yeah. It builds the mood and it helps the world. Like, but Man,
like that would have helped because I'm thinking about it because it'd be like when they're watching the Beautyfly fly away, like Raboot could have given Go the apple in that particular moment there as like a thank you for helping him out in the dance.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when the dance finished, it just faded to black.
It's just done. It's just over.
I mean, KG, I can't keep. This is gonna get me angrier about the episode.
I know. Okay, we'll pause. I'm
just
sorry.
move on.
Yeah. Overall, this episode gets a 10 out of 10, just for the zigzagoons. All the other things, that's all, once again, it's all up to you guys, the viewers, to decide how you'd like for it.
At the end of the day, your opinion, it's subjective how you feel about it. I just don't think it was up to snuff. That's my main thing. This is probably like, I'm trying to think, it might be one of the weaker episodes for me personally.
If you guys don't mind, there is one more quick topic that I want to talk about once we're done with this Pokemon discussion.
All right, I think we're pretty much done, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know we're already past the podcast time limit, but there is one more thing that I do want to bring up that we should have brought up during our anime talks, but something unfortunate did happen over the past weekend, and I'm referring to one of the well-known voice actors who just passed away. I'm referring to Keiji Fujiwara, who unfortunately died from cancer. And for those of you guys who are familiar with him, he voiced characters like Mei Hughes from Fullmetal Alchemist, Leoria from Hunter x Hunter. He also had a role in Attack on Titan.
And also even in the Pokemon anime series and video games as well.
Yeah, Matsubusa or Maxi and Usotsuki or
Maxi too. Well, yeah, which correlates with this whole Pokemon talk. So yeah, unfortunately, Maxi pretty much passed away from that. But
the voice actor behind that, and even
the voice actor,
the Mewtwo in the Japanese version of the 3DS, Wii U, and Switch games of the Super Smash Bros. Franchise. So it is very unfortunate to see the man go down like this. May he rest in peace, and may his legacy continues to live on with all the many works and talents that he has done over the years. The last time I heard about this man, I think where it all started for me was I believe the Grand Blue Fantasy staff was actually talking about his farewell or his passing when they discovered it, because I believe it was that they told us a couple of days after he had already passed away, because I think he passed away on the 12th of April.
That's how they usually do it in Japan. They don't announce a death until a few days later.
Yeah, because of course pay respects and condolences to the family and friends that are with Mr. Fujiwara. But once again, he, and also just to those who might not be familiar with, he also provided the dub voices, the Japanese dub voices for certain characters that are very well loved in here in the U.S., or at least I would think, or even across the globe. I mean, he was Tony Stark / Iron Man from the Japanese dub of the cinematic Marvel films, man. This man had a huge legacy. So, we love him 3000 is the perfect thing to say at this point. But yeah, so overall, it is unfortunate, sad to see him go. But at the same time, we must always never look at the negatives. We must always think about the legacy that this man has left behind. And it is an incredible legacy. And I hope it was on good terms that he has, that we can continue to remember this man by. So may his legacy continue to live on with those who enjoyed the series of like Fullmetal Alchemist, Hunter x Hunter, Pokemon.
He was also the narrator of Kero Gunso. I shouldn't even know that either.
Yeah, I'm still learning about some of the things that he's done. The fodder for Crayon Shinchan.
Yeah.
Holland Novak from Eureka 7, among many others. So
he had a very impressive resume.
Exactly.
To go along with his life. So we always appreciate it. Of course, it's not just him, but we do appreciate all the voice actors who make anime possible. So rest in peace to that good man.
And while it might not correlate with the events that are happening right now across the world, it is still important for us to understand that people are still human beings. They must still be protected, and they must still be, safe and sound. When all this finally comes clear, we can all go back into our really happy, regular lives. So I hope everybody understands the situation that's going on right now. It'll clear out in due time, but we all have to work together to maintain that and allow this whole thing to come to an end. But until then, folks, though, I hope you guys, keep yourselves protected, Wash your goddamn hands. You know, the jokes we always do. It will end.
Actually stay inside.
Yeah. Don't be Florida, please. Don't. I'm sorry.
Don't be Florida.
Otherwise, Ghana will say goodbye to you, and nobody wants that.
No one wants, right?
Don't go to Florida. Don't go downtown. Like all like.
Don't go to Colorado because they have idiots over there too.
Yeah. So please, actually stay inside. Inside, please.
Yeah. If don't think about yourself. Think about those that are risking their lives to help you guys be where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, thanks to all the doctors, pharmacists, local workers, essential workers. Think of all of them and thank every single one of them, because you might think that you're not doing much, but you staying at home is the most important thing that's really happening right now. And as long as you can keep doing that, I'm pretty confident things will get better.
Stay home now to get your summer. Stay home now to get your summer back.
Evie, we're not gonna do the haircuts though. We're gonna be cavemen by the time we get out.
Right.
Now, before we go though, I want to do a raid. Is that perfectly fine? We have like 70 viewers ish. Would you guys like to go on a raid? I know my good buddy actually is live right now. Is he still live though? Let me go and check on that. Hold on a second. Let me check if he's actually live right now. Because if he is, then that must mean that he is. No, he actually ended. But my other pal, Misclick, is actually live too. Apparently doing some Final Fantasy VII stuff. Let me see. Is there anybody here I should go and raid? Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends. Oh man. Let me see. Let's misclick. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake, 280 viewers already. Sure. You guys want to go raid somebody at least then?
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it.
Nah, that's fine.
All right, let's go do a nice little small raid then to help channels out. Even though let's.
So wait, which channel was it?
Misclick.
Oh, that Nintendo YouTuber.
Yeah, I actually known her from one of the discussions I had with her back.
Nintendo tuber.
With Rogers.
She got really popular around the Switch.
Specifically, what game was it though? I forgot. Zelda, was it?
Yeah, she's like a huge Zelda fangirl.
Yeah, so. All right, let's go and try to do that raid then, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to hear from you guys later in whatever video we make, everybody. We hope you guys take care. And as always, make sure to have yourselves an awesome day. Let now go and check out their raids. Hopefully it's a good one.
Raid Shadow Legend.
Good night, everybody.
Night. I guess we hit leave to raid.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
That's the end.
It just takes us to